Oh, we're live. We're live, everybody.
We do it live.
We like to do it live. Some people like to do it not live in closed doors.
Those people are called,
Curtains. Under the blankets, I mean, behind closed doors,
never mind.
close the curtains. Yes, but anyway, me and Pat are here. Our third wheel shall be joining us shortly at some point. And we
And
are
then we'll
watching
have our good old tricycle.
our good old tricycle. Yes, we are going to be watching the Elimination Chamber tonight. From Chi-Town 2026.
You might ask,
Yes.
why are
Why
we
would
deciding to live stream the Elimination Chamber? After all, it's not one of the big four. To which I say, yeah, but
it's WrestleMania season?
this will
That counts.
decide what two of the big matches at WrestleMania shall be.
It
And we
has a
must know
lot of
them.
purpose and meaning for this PLE for this evening.
Actually, technically, this will decide what three of the big matches at WrestleMania are, but come on, Finn Balor is not beating CM Punk, so.
No, he's definitely not.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Nope.
I wish
Now,
I could hear what Punk is saying, but I muted him, so.
it's one of those things where can I see somebody interfere in this match? Of course. This is professional wrestling.
It's a little
When
hard.
wouldn't there be shenanigans?
It's a little harder to say who exactly, though.
The thing about it is, though, too, listen, the match for this title needs to be Punk versus Roman, one on one. No triple threat for this one. Just,
Yeah. Well, if they're going to add people to a title match, I don't think it's going to be that one.
correct.
Yeah.
I hope not.
Well, I mean, again, it's
Looking
just
live. Okay, I know. I'm looking at my TV live and I see Pat on my screen live. I have multiple things going on here.
mm-hmm.
Yes, yes. The stars are out tonight. All right.
Cody, I don't Cody wearing a suit, wearing glasses with the neck tattoo so visible. It just there's a certain asymmetry to all of that.
Yes, yes. I'm going to agree with you on that one.
Finn Balor.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the two teams that play in this stadium, one traded three-quarters of it as its roster during the trade deadline and have eight or nine former first round lottery picks, mind you, on their roster currently. And then the other one is still in rebuilding. And yeah, I just root for Connor Bedard.
It could be worse. I root for the Rangers.
I mean,
They just traded their best player for pennies on the dollar. Yeah.
yeah, I'm surprised that's all they got in return for Panarin, to be honest.
Well,
That kind of surprised me a bit.
Panarin had a full no movement clause. So
Oh,
he could dictate where he wanted to go. And apparently LA is where you want it to go. And then also it's not just it's also not just that, it's also that um he was
well,
like,
we know women's.
whoever trades for me has to give me an extension too. So
Mm,
the Rangers' hands were as tied as they could be. Um
yeah, yeah, that's true.
it still sucks though because he always produced. Maybe sometimes he didn't produce as much as I would have liked. I mean, there were so many times I remember watching Rangers games during his tenure with the team where I was like, shoot the damn puck, you're good. And then like a lot of times when I'd like be like ready to scream that at the screen, he would shoot the puck and oh look at that, the puck went in the net. Funny how that works. But
Yeah.
the Rangers are so fucking hopeless right now. They're saying we're not rebuilding, we're retooling again. It's like, well, how the fuck are you going to retool? I said like pretty much all of your veterans are either immovable or you're not going to get enough for them, and then you're I don't yeah. And it's like the last time you had high draft picks, you didn't really strike gold with them. I mean, Lafreniere is not an elite player. After you lucked into picking number one to get him, and then you took Fuck, what's his name when you were picking second and he never developed? Jeez, I can't even remember what the fuck his name was now. It'll come back to me in a minute when I look it up, but you know what I mean. So it's like they haven't really, so I'm just really pessimistic. It's like it's making me remember the 1994 season all the more fondly. I didn't really understand, even though it had been 54 years for the Rangers to have won a cup and everything. I still didn't really fully understand it because I'd really only started paying attention to hockey maybe like a year or two before that. And it's like now in the 32 years since then, it's like, yeah, I get why that was such a big fucking deal.
Yeah,
So,
it's for my team, it's just kind of like they have the pieces there. They have a good young goalie. They got Bedard, they got Nazir, they got a bunch of other good guys. It's kind of like some of the veterans, the veterans have been very streaky up and down. They've come across some injuries, of course, to some of the younger kids, so it's kind of hasn't helped. Their defense started off good and kind of like has taken the nosedive um, from time to time. I just think it's still the development of the young guys, and I really think some of the veterans need to be. I think they need to find one or two more higher skilled veterans than what they currently have. Like I don't have an issue with them. Like Teuvo Teravainen's good, but to me, he's a second or third line guy at this point in his career. Um, Phalangio is good too, but he's the same. Like he's a second or third. Like we need maybe third, fourth. We need a little bit more talented, a little bit older, young talent that has more skill sets to help Bedard and Nazir out and Knight in goal and all that jazz. Because we have some good young defensemen too, but it's just a matter of getting the pieces together. Oh, so we have Jade just chilling up in the press box. I'm not the
well,
press box.
yeah, what's amazing,
The suites.
what's kind of interesting about it is that she's not all that. I mean, obviously they wouldn't let anybody try to get to her or anything, but she's not incredibly isolated from like, fans.
No, the suite she in is like empty, but like she's right in front of people. Like, hey, you turn around and see Jade Cargill chilling right there. I'd be
Yeah.
like, Jade, I'd get a selfie with her. I'd be like, hold on my phone. Hey, Jade, selfie.
Be like, Jade, you look great, but you haven't gotten better. And it's kind of too late to think that you will.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
Yeah. So I was just thinking this as Alexa was making her prolonged entrance because, of course, every wrestler has to have a 5 minute entrance. That's why the show will last 4 hours with four matches on it.
I know.
Um, I once thought this about Trish Stratus, and then, of course, it happened. But Alexa Bliss, can
Yes.
she ever turn heel again?
Yes.
Okay. Because I almost think that it's like the fans don't ever want to not cheer for her at this point. And they're obviously going to do a split between her and Charlotte at some point. And of course, they're doing the whole thing where like all signs point to Charlotte eventually turning on Alexa, which makes me think that they will have Alexa turn on Charlotte, which I just don't know if that'll work because, again, I don't think that people will want to boo Alexa and cheer for Charlotte, but we'll see. But it's like, I don't know. It's like, I remember thinking about that about Trish Stratus, and then she went and turned heel at WrestleMania 20. So it was like,
Yeah, no, I definitely understand where you're going with that. I've kind of felt the same where I feel like everyone wants to cheer for her. No one really wants to like boo her right now.
yeah,
So it's kind of like it's weird because at the same point, like I would actually kind of like to see her go back to heel. I don't know what they're doing with her and Charlotte. Charlotte's kind of in an interesting position right now with how her character's going. So
I mean, I will admit, I thought it was pretty hilarious last night when Alexa came backstage to Charlotte, and Charlotte's like three Ben and Jerry's deep.
I
Did
read
actually appreciate that.
I
I
read the
got stuck in
results.
traffic. When's Luger versus Tatanka?
Oh my God, that's
Wait a
hilarious.
minute, was SummerSlam 94 in this building?
Yeah.
I gotta look this up now. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that was the Undertaker versus Undertaker match
it
as well.
was. It was. I've still never actually watched that show, SummerSlam 94.
No?
No, never have.
I
Even though it's got the excellent Bret Owen cage match. But obviously one
Go
of the
back
things
and
I
watch
remember
that.
from that was that's when like Tatanka turned on Luger. Yes, that was in the United Center.
Yeah,
Okay.
94, the last time they were there, which I think was the first year for the United Center as well.
United Center opened August 18th, 1994. Wow, so they held SummerSlam like 2 weeks after it opened. That's
That was
amazing.
like the first major event they held in that stadium when they opened it.
Well, yeah, well, you know what else is amazing about that then too is that that was in what you would have to consider overall like a down period for WWF. 1994 wasn't really setting the world on fire. I mean,
No.
1994 in wrestling wasn't really setting the world on fire. I mean, he had a lot of interesting things happen in 1994. You had WrestleMania 10, the first WrestleMania without Hulk Hogan and Tito Santana.
Yeah.
Hogan goes to WCW, um, and all that other stuff. But it's like I don't think the business was at any kind of like a high point or anything. But yeah, you're right. And it does say that on the Wikipedia page for this event, this is the first televised WWE event to be held at the United Center since SummerSlam 1994. That is amazing and they've never gone back in, 31 and a
Don't
half
I
years.
don't understand why they've never gone back.
Was it the rents for the building or
I don't
was there
know.
another building in Chicago they preferred using? I mean, because they've had to have had well, I know they've held big events in Chicago since then because um, WrestleMania 13 was in Chicago, and that was 1997. Or is that? Oh, you know what? They could probably say that's technically not Chicago because it wasn't at the Rosemont Horizon, so that's technically not Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they could say it is, but it's a little bit a little further out
Oh, and WWE will say it was. So
there. Oh, of course. Yeah, it's crazy. Like I don't understand why they haven't been back in this building. It's insane. Look at Raquel with her Ray-Bans Meta glasses on. You're gonna break them shits. Those like $300-400 glasses there, Chica.
I'm gonna be the sexist douchebag that I can be sometimes again, and
Okay.
it's because it's kind of been bothering me for a while.
What's that?
Did Raquel look better before she went out with that prolonged injury that she had? Like, I feel like since she came back, she hasn't been as pretty. I don't know if that's been like an intentional choice so that they've made her look more like
I think it's more of an intentional
shapeshiftery,
choice.
or did she like put on a little bit of weight? I can't put my finger on it, but I'm like, I know she didn't look like that when she was a face and she was constantly showing off her back muscles.
Yeah, that was such a weird thing showing off the back muscles. I never liked that. I thought they could have done something way better with her with
I
that.
never understood why they thought that was going to get her over as a face.
No.
I have nothing against Raquel. I think Raquel's good. I like Raquel. So,
As do I. I do like Raquel. I definitely do.
um, it's not very helpful.
All right, so let's see
Yeah, a
who's
little bit.
starting the match.
Well, it's
I forget who's all in
it's
this
gonna
match.
be Kiana James and
Liv.
no, Liv's not in this because Liv won the Rumble.
Oh yeah, 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 that's right.
It's Kiana James and Tiffany.
Oh yeah, to be Stratton.
Did you see Tiffany criticizing WWE Creative this week?
No,
She made some comments that were kind of like criticizing of WWE Creative, and it's like she's not the only one that's been doing that lately. So.
interesting.
Well, she did. Well, she said something in it. I mean, I'll have to go back and try to pull the exact quote and everything. But she said something which I kind of agreed with. And this is something I talked to AJ and I had discussions about back when it happened, like a year and a half ago. She never really turned face.
Mm-mm.
It's that people just cheered for her. And it's that the people that she was matching up against were people that the crowd wanted to boo. Nia, Charlotte, you know,
Yep.
because like with the way she initially won the title, she really screwed Nia. It's like it was a very heelish thing to do, but it's like nobody likes Nia, so
So they're automatically cheering for Tiffany anyway.
yeah, because Tiffany was basically saying in this interview like she still kind of considers herself a heel, and it's like, well, yeah, yeah, she's not entirely wrong.
Oh, there it is. My mouse disappeared and I could not find it. It had
So
left me.
let's see. The Wrestling Classic, one part of WrestleMania 2 were both held at the Rosemont Horizon. Survivor Series 1989 was at the Rosemont Horizon.
Yeah, they go to the Rosemont Horizon a lot. I just don't understand what the deal with United Center was. And see, Kiana James is good. I like Kiana.
SummerSlam 94 was here at the United Center. Yeah, like I'm at a Wikipedia page where it's showing like the history of pay-per-view events. So I'm just like scanning through looking for like, well, essentially Illinois. Yeah, WrestleMania 13 was the Rosemont Horizon. That was 1997, like I said. Judgment Day in Your House in 1998 was at the Rosemont Horizon. That was the main event of that card was The Undertaker versus Kane for the vacant WWF Championship, where I think Austin was also like the referee and he refused to count the pin for either guy. And so that which just threw the whole WWF title picture at that time into even further chaos, which then led to, of course, the Survivor Series tournament where Rock turned heel and the corporation was born. Whether or
Yeah,
not that was a
great.
good thing is up to you.
Wow. Stratton's not wearing pink. I'm kind of amazed. I
Yeah,
like the outfit.
she got some orange on.
Yeah, I like the outfit. Just interesting that she's not wearing rocking some pink.
Yes, I like the never mind. Okay, well the Rosemont Horizon is now known as the Allstate Arena. They went back there for Backlash in 2001, which was the first post WrestleMania 17 show. The main event of that card was the two-man power trip of WWF champion Stone Cold Steve Austin and Intercontinental champion Triple H against tag team champions the Brothers of Destruction in a winner-take-all match, which the power trip team won. It's like it's bad enough they turned Austin heel and Rock wasn't there, but now they're doing things where these two guys are now literally dominating every belt in the company that matters, you know?
Yeah, yeah, it's true.
All right, this is getting too hard to just scan down the list. I just got to do a find. Illinois. WrestleMania 22 was at the Allstate Arena. No Mercy 2007.
They held a WrestleMania at the Allstate Arena. Jesus.
Well, the Rosemont Horizon.
That's just weird to go back to that type of stadium, but
Judgment Day
that ugliest
2009.
Ram logo in the middle of the ring. All these advertisements. Jesus.
Judgment Day 2009, Night of Champions 2010, Money in the Bank 2011. Oh, that was the Cena Punk match, which I've
Yep.
still never watched.
You never watched that match?
No. Extreme Rules 2012, Payback 2013, Payback 2014, Extreme Rules 2015, Payback 2016.
I have to make a comment here. What is up with all the females lately where they want to wear like these fishnets of some nature, from the waist down? Why are we doing this?
You mean like the things that Tiffany's wearing?
Yeah, and Kiana's
Well,
wear.
with Tiffany, it's not even that they're fishnets. It's that it's like they're chaps.
Well, look at the netting part is what I'm talking about. Like she still has the netting in there.
Oh, you're talking about Kiana here then, I guess.
Well, she has it too, but they both have a different version.
Oh, okay. No, I do see what you mean with Tiffany now. Yeah, I see the fishnet part of it now.
A lot of
Well,
them are wearing that now. It's kind of like it's kind of cool, but kind of like not needed. I
well,
don't know.
Becky and Alexa, I know both wearing like fishnet stuff for a while, but yeah, it's like I think this is relatively new for Tiffany. Because yeah, I've never really quite understood it because it's like that shit rips so easily, and it's like once it's
Yes.
rip, it's trash, you know. You can't
And
fix it.
Kiana's very athletic too. She's
Yeah. Anyway, just to finish this list off as quick as I
yes.
can, NXT TakeOver Chicago and Backlash 2017 were both at the Allstate Arena. Takeover Chicago 2 and Money in the Bank 2018 were both there. They did. Oh, that doesn't really count. NXT Takeover War Games and Survivor Series 2019. Yep, both at the Allstate Arena. Hell in a Cell 2022. That was when Cody had torn his pec.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
And Survivor Series War Games 2023. Nothing significant happened at that show.
No, no. It just Randy Orton came back. It was
Yeah.
just nothing.
So
Yeah. Is
yeah,
that
I guess it's just that they've always preferred to run Rosemont, probably because maybe it's because they had a bigger history there, and
I guess.
I'm going to also assume it was less expensive to run that than to run the United Center. But anyway, but because this is, like we've said now, the first show that they've run in this building since SummerSlam '94, that does make that guy sign just all the more hysterical
Yeah.
about when's the Luger versus Tatanka match. So long as they didn't ask about when's the match involving anybody who's passed away, which is unfortunately quite a few matches from that show.
Oh God, I can imagine.
Well,
Imagine.
okay. Well, since I'm a masochist for this kind of shit,
Yes, you are. Tell us.
let's look up to see the competitors from 1994 SummerSlam who have passed away. Bam Bam Bigelow.
Oh, oh, she did
Ooh,
that
ooh,
backflip right
yeah,
into
that didn't look good.
the.
You gotta love gotta love Raquel taunting her. Gotta also love Raquel wearing the sunglasses still in the pod.
I know, I know. Playing the gimmick. I love it.
Well, I bet you Raquel comes in first here then.
I think so. Who do you think's winning this match?
Rhea.
I'm I'm I,
No, it's
I'm
gonna be
torn
Asuka.
between I'm torn between Rhea and Asuka. I think I'm leaning more towards Asuka.
Okay, well, I'll get to that in a second. All right. Competitors from SummerSlam 1994 who have since passed away, or people who were on the card in some way. Bam Bam Bigelow, Afa and Captain Lou Albano, who were in the corner of the head shrinkers that night. Luna Vachon, who was in Bull Nakano's corner. Razor Ramon, Walter Pagan, who was in Razor Ramon's corner. Mabel, uh, and Oscar, who was in Mabel's corner. Owen Hart and Paul Bearer, who of course was in the real Undertaker's corner. So not actually quite as many as you might have thought.
Hmm. Okay.
Because you're talking 32 years ago, you'd almost kind of expect to see more guys. The guys from that show who are still alive: Adam Bomb, Quang, IRS, Ted DiBiase, Fatu, Samu, Alundra Blaze, Bull Nakano, Diesel, Shawn Michaels, Tatanka, Lex Luger, Jeff Jarrett, Bret Hart, The Undertaker, The Fake Undertaker, Brian Lee.
It's kind of funny that happened that long ago because this year is the 30th anniversary of Pokemon, right? Because it came out in 1996.
Is it? I don't know.
Yes, 30th anniversary. And then the funny fact is as I'm thinking about this, my good friend Marcus lives in New Jersey, and he sent me a picture, of the like 3 feet of snow that was shoveled from his driveway and whatnot. And he says, the North misses you and wants you to come home. And I said, well, tell the North I don't miss it and I will never be coming home. And then
The North remembers.
I said to him, I was like, oh, by the way, I said, it's the 30th anniversary of Pokemon. He's like, yeah, I know. I said, you know what else is the anniversary of? He goes, what? I go, our graduation.
Mm.
And then he took like 2 hours to reply back to me. He's like, I just had to let that sink in. That makes me feel old.
Well, it'd be the same thing for my older sister. She graduated in '96, so
I was like, we are 30 years. June 5th of this year will be the 30th anniversary of my graduation class. Crazy. 30 years I've been out of high school, man. 30 fucking years.
well, think about that in terms of like grade school years and everything. You're 2.5 school 10 years removed from it, you know what I mean.
Yeah, man.
So Alexa's walking very slowly out of the pod because reasons. Okay, so getting back to who you think's going to win this. So here's my complaint, and this is going to apply both to the men's match and the women's match, but I'll save my thoughts about the men's match until we get there.
Yes.
There are three people in this match who have absolutely, in my view, who have absolutely no chance of winning. Like you couldn't even talk yourself, in my view, into saying this person's going to win this match.
Gotcha.
Kiana James, far and away above everybody else. I mean, she's barely been like, a wrestler really, so she's not winning. Uh, to me, the person who you just said you think is going to win, Asuka, I don't see any way Asuka wins this match. I don't see them ever giving Asuka a significant singles run ever again because of her age, because of the fact that she is not a polished English speaker. I mean, she certainly does her best, and
Yeah, I mean, I
and
don't
the fact that she's a heel right now. And then the third person I can't see winning this is Alexa because there's too much stuff tied up between her and Charlotte still right now. So the only people I think that have a legit chance of winning this are Rhea, are Tiffany, because they're both faces and super over. And I'll say that Raquel has somewhat of a chance, though not an especially strong one in my eyes, because again, she's a heel. Because remember, Jade is the champion and she's a heel. So I'm also thinking you got to look at who's going to be the person that's going to be like best equipped to get a good match out of Jade. And I think Rhea is probably the best choice for that. And you also really do want your star power going. So
yeah, I mean, for me, I just would replace like two out of three I agree with. I would just replace Raquel with Asuka. I don't know. I just for right now I don't see Raquel having a run with the title, at least this one. Um, but at the same point, like I think Asuka's deserving to have another run. The way her and Kairi Sane work with the Japanese, half Japanese, half English stuff. I think it works. It's fine. Um,
oh look,
I
there's
mean,
Nick
God.
sitting right there at ringside with his kids. Hey Nick, fuck you.
Oh, what, Nick Khan?
Yeah.
Here's the other thing too. Like, I mean, we just had Jade. Like, how many promos has she had since she's had the title? How many defenses has she had since she had the title? Like,
One. The match against Jordan. I think that's
yeah,
the
I mean, and to be honest with you, at the end of the day, having that compared to the Japanese influence, I would take the Japanese influence over, you know, one title defense and half-ass promos from Jade any day.
I mean, I thought Jade's match with Jordan was decent, and it's probably the best match Jade's ever had. But again, that's
Yeah,
not saying a
probably.
whole hell of a lot. So our dearest friend AJ, of course, still says she sucks, and it's like I'm not willing to be that harsh about somebody anymore. But again, like just keep being this dead horse. The problem with Jade is that she has just shown no discernible improvement for
No
like
true growth. Like
for
it's
for, for,
very,
for like for like 5 years now, and this is going back to when she was still in AEW.
yeah.
It's like,
She
and
has all the other intangibles.
yeah, she's got the look. She
Her
looks like
wrestling skills are below average. Her mic skills are
average at best.
average at best.
I mean, you can't keep saying I'm that bitch and not much else.
Yeah.
The biggest problem is, well, there's actually two big problems in my view. Now, AEW fans out there will probably hate me for saying one of this, but I don't care. One of the problems is that she started off in AEW and she worked in AEW. And say what you will, yes, she was wrestling consistently in AEW, but she was also wrestling the same damn match in AEW over and over again. So that's one of the reasons why she never got better. And then the problem was when she finally did go to WWE, she wasn't ever really in NXT, right?
No.
I
She was
mean,
right to the main roster.
well, I don't think she went right to the main roster. Like, I think they had her like working at the performance center and stuff like that. But then, yes, they
Yeah, they
brought
had
her
her
to
doing
the
that.
main roster. So that's the whole thing. She probably needed that NXT seasoning, and she didn't get it. And that's WWE's fault.
Being
So
in the performance center for about a couple months
yeah, so both
compared
companies,
to
so
going
both
to the main roster is a bit much.
yeah, so both companies are at fault for not for her not
And the thing about it is
for
in
her not get
AEW,
for her not maximizing her potential to get better. That's using way too many words to say, but I don't really know how else to say it.
and the crazy part is too, it's like it's not like she had bad training in AEW. She had good people training her, like really good technical wrestlers training her. This
Right, but I'm talking to just
this is
about like the actual like practice of getting.
oh yeah.
See,
I get
and this is why like why people say like you can tell that they don't do house shows anymore because you don't see them getting better and this and that and the other thing. It's like and that's why house shows are really there, you know. But
you have one or two matches with the main stars, and all the rest of them are the other people, still working on stuff. But it's just one of those things.
oh Jesus, that was
Oh, my girl got eliminated.
the oversell of the mist here was pretty terrible because look at her right now. That's barely on her face, let alone in
I
her
know.
eyes.
I know.
And Asuka did actually miss her in the face. It just like so little, I guess, actually hit her. So
Hey, it's always better to oversell than to undersell, as Dolph Ziggler would say.
yes, except for when you can tell, oof, Tiffany's been taking a beating in this match.
Yes, she has. She has.
Except for when you can tell that they didn't take much of a move, So that's when the oversell is bad.
I know, but it's better to sell than to not sell it and have it.
No, it is. You know, one of the things that we'll probably discuss as we're watching this too, and one of the things that hopefully, like like the some of the blanks start getting filled in here tonight, is that there's been all this talk about they don't know what's going to be on the card, they don't know who's wrestling who yet outside of like Punk versus Roman, and I guess we can say Liv versus Stephanie. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, we can say that Liv did pretty much definitively pick her on Monday night.
The only thing that's favored him this year is the WrestleMania is like 2 weeks later than normal. But still, you
Yeah,
got to get the ball rolling with some of this.
right. Well, that's the thing. WrestleMania is still what is it like 7 weeks away?
It's
So
April.
it's not like they still don't have time. But let me see
I think
here.
it was April 17th and
7,
18th.
14, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's still 7 weeks away.
Jeez, man, that's crazy.
It is kind of crazy, but um, the other problem really is too is that, and this isn't necessarily a criticism of them because I've been contemplating this a little bit today myself. I don't know what I would do either with a lot of these people because think of like some of the people you have on the roster and say, oh, I really want to feature this person. But I also really want to feature this person. Oh, and I also really want to feature that person. There's not enough spots on the card for everybody, unfortunately, even for WrestleMania. But what frustrates me about this is that they'll take their sweet ass time trying to decide what to do with this person, and then it doesn't leave them enough time to build up something that somebody's going to want to see involving the people who kind of get dominoed effect by that?
Oh, good sequence, Oscar. Yo,
Like,
Raquel picking up Rhea and then like throwing her into the chain fence and then throwing her over the top rope. And like that's Raquel's impressive.
yeah. Like, for example, let's say LA Knight doesn't win the Elimination Chamber, which I don't think he's going to.
Nah, absolutely not.
How long is it going to take them to determine what you're going to do with him as an example for WrestleMania?
He needs to be on the card in a significant manner.
Well,
Power slam through the pod. Not like we haven't seen that before, but
quite like that, though? I don't recall seeing it quite like that. Whereas
no,
she
not
like
quite
ran
like
through
that.
the open side and then power slammed her out the other. Well, I'm
Yeah,
not sure
no,
if I
definitely
remember
not
seeing
quite
that
like that.
before.
That was impressive, but
Yeah.
just in general doing it, we've seen
Oh,
it.
wait. Is she?
Oof. Wow, double elimination. I like it. I like it.
Well, I don't want to toot my own horn, as Arn Anderson used to say, but toot, toot, because the three people I said who had a chance of winning this match are the three people who are left in this match.
Oh, yes, yes, they are. I like
Um,
I like the double pin. That's
no, I
good.
do too. I was just wanting to make sure that Oscar's shoulders were actually down, but they were. Rhea and Tiffany are gonna, the way they've been booking Raquel in this match so far, she's basically had her way with everybody. Like Rhea and Tiffany are gonna have to work together, but they're not. So Rhea and Tiffany should work together.
I do want to see Raquel hold a title, the heavyweight title at some point. Like legitimately, because I think she's I know not it's always not about working hard, it's about a lot of other stuff, but she does bust her ass and she is a good performer.
Yeah, and
Her mic skills are average, but there's times she does good on the mic where she does enough to get what she needs to get done on the mic.
she's dealt with shit too. Remember, she was out for that long time because she had that medical condition.
Yes. Yeah.
And see, I almost wonder that maybe that's always in the back of their minds, like, oh, that could flare up again, and so that's why we can't risk putting a title on her or something. But it's like, dude, people get injured all the time anymore now, so it's like you can't
Yeah.
not
I
if you're okay. I won't
I
say
would
that
hope they wouldn't think that because that's pretty shitty on them if they're still thinking shit like that.
well, okay, that's me making a lot of assumptions that that's the way they're thinking. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say that they're not thinking that, and I'll say it this way: if they are thinking like that, that's really shitty because yeah, you can't be worried that oh, this person could get injured and then so we won't pull the trigger on giving them a significant run or something like that, Because why should you ever trust Seth Rollins again at this point?
Raquel's boob fell out.
I did not see that.
Her thing came down where her boob kind of came out, but her hair covered it.
Oh, check it out, bud. You can see a boob. Really? Sounds cool.
Raquel's
Boobs,
dominating though, man. This is great.
boobs are cool.
I'm glad to see her dominating like this.
No, this is definitely like, it should be pretty memorable. And there's going to be like a split at some point again between Liv and Raquel at some point in the future. Again, you can't keep these teams.
I think Liv and
Actually, you
Roxanne.
can't. Actually, you could keep these teams together forever, but that's not what they do in wrestling. So,
I think Roxanne will stay with Liv for a while. I think it'll be a trio. It'll be Liv, Roxanne, and Dom, and then I think the rest are going to go their own way.
yeah.
Finn's going to do singles, and him and what's his name are going to do tag matches, and I think Raquel really needs to be like take this gimmick she
Boom.
has and run with it.
Ooh, Rhea's overselling now. Yep. That's going to be that. Do.
A little ahead of me.
Wow. I'm a little ahead of you.
Yeah, because Tiffany's just pinning Raquel.
Okay.
She just eliminate her right now.
Okay. I'm going to hit pause for like 3 seconds. 1001, 1002, 1003. Okay. You
No,
know,
bases.
see,
That was a
this
good run though by Raquel. That
right,
was
but here's my issue now though. She took two moves and she's gone. Think about it. Rhea does that kind of blockbuster type move off the top of the pod onto her, and then Tiffany hits her with a moonsault where she doesn't hit her a whole lot with it, and she's pinned after all of that.
she does her finisher. Oh, there's Jade.
I said
I'm
Rhea, but now
surprised
but
she's.
now but now I'm thinking Tiffany again.
I know AJ wants Tiffany, of course. I don't. It doesn't matter to me.
It's our dear friend AJ. I think he likes Rhea, but I think he's gotten bored of Rhea. Like that's something that happens with him. Like I know I've heard him say that he likes somebody, and then he seems to get bored of them, and then all of a sudden he doesn't like them anymore. Like I know he
Yes,
doesn't like LA Knight right now, and I know
he used to a
he
lot.
used to. And there's somebody else that's like that now too, and I can't think of who it is. Oh, Alexa. He doesn't seem to like Alexa anymore, and I know he used to love her.
I mean, it happens per se, I guess, but
Yeah, I know, and it's like, and like I'm not saying it's like it's.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
Right. I'm not
It
saying
is
there's
what it
anything wrong
is.
because, yeah, you can root for whoever the hell you like, but I guess I just always find it weird because I just never quite understand. well, what changed about this person that makes you not like them anymore? And like, I don't see what he sees sometimes, but yeah, that's why we all have our own opinions.
Yeah, no, true.
Ooh, ow, ouch, babe. Looking at Tiffany's hair, I'm starting to think she's not a natural blonde.
You, you don't say.
Well, she used to be a lot blonder. I guess that is she doing like the Shawn Michaels?
I don't know. Maybe she has extensions in or something.
Well, remember how Michaels, when he was in the Rockers, his hair was always like totally blonde, and then as soon as he turned heel, he just like gradually stopped dyeing it blonde and everything. So,
Yeah, yeah, no, I get it. Oh, shoulder first.
and then of course you have Sting, who had like the
That's what I
servers.
thought. She busted her nose,
Who did, Rhea or Tiffany?
Tiffany, on that face plant move.
I thought you. Oh, ooh,
She went, she didn't put her, she
you
didn't
know what
protect
Tiffany's
herself
saying.
good enough.
You know what Tiffany's saying to Rhea right now? Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Nobody. Oh, geez. Like I said, she's really taking a beating in this match. Props to her.
Yeah.
That's going to be it, I think. Yeah. I knew nobody was kicking out of that. They still protect Rio's finisher, so.
Yeah. Yes, they do.
Um, so once again, I don't want to toot my own horn, but toot, toot. So now this raises a very interesting, because we're talking about what do you do with this person, that person, and you got to start filling in this blank before you can fill in the other. So now Rhea is going to wrestle Jade. What does Io do at WrestleMania?
What is Tiffany going to do at WrestleMania?
Very true.
Yeah, what is Raquel going to do at WrestleMania now?
See, this is the thing. You can't. th- th-
Raquel's definitely proven herself.
this is the problem that they have. They have too many people who are deserving of spots. They don't have enough titles, and I'm not saying they should be creating more titles. I'm
Yeah,
definitely
no,
not saying
definitely not.
that. But it's like, yeah, they lost the art of creating feuds or matches that don't involve around titles. Like, because we just finished the Reliving the War series on the Wrestling Bios channel on YouTube. So we just got to WrestleMania 21. The main match, of course, was Austin Rock. But who got left out by not being in that match? Well, three people: Triple H, The Undertaker, and Kurt Angle, because they were all kind of hovering around the title in various ways leading up to that and everything. So they did the match between Triple H and Undertaker, which they built a decent enough story out of in like the couple weeks that they had that led up to it and everything. Jade just looked like she was crying. Okay, maybe not. It was just the way that one shot looked. But Angle, they really didn't know what to do. So like pretty much at the last minute then, with only like a week or two of build, they did this thing between him and Benoit. And they had a really good match.
Yeah, they did.
And then they had better matches afterwards. But like they only really had like 2 weeks of build up, and it was all about like the two of them arguing over who had the better finishing maneuver. Well, like the ankle lock or the crossface and everything. So, but even like feuds like that, it just seems like they don't bother to do stuff like that anymore. It's like it feels like if there's not a title involved, or if there's not like a deeply personal issue involved, they don't know how to book like that anymore. And that's something and that's probably one of the reasons why I don't like this shit as much as I used to. I mean, I always hate to be that person who says, "And back in my day," but
I
like,
know, I know.
but like WrestleMania 7, okay, Hogan versus Slaughter was the WWF title match. They did the Intercontinental title match that year between Mr. Perfect and the Big Boss Man. And that was because that was the culmination of the Boss Man versus the Heenan family feud, where Heenan had been making fun of Boss Man's mother and everything. So Boss Man was systematically going one by one through every guy in Heenan's stable until he got to Perfect.
Yeah, I remember that.
The tag title match was the Hart Foundation against the Nasty Boys, which was more or less they knew the Hart Foundation they were going to be splitting them up, so they had to get the title on a heel team that could then drop it to LOD, which is what the Nasty Boys did later that year at SummerSlam. But then you had three other fairly significant matches on that card that had really good stories around them that had been building up for a long time. Savage Warrior, the retirement match,
Oh God,
and
yeah.
that which again that had been building up since like I think like the previous November, like when Savage attacked Warrior on Saturday night's main event when Warrior was having a title match against DiBiase. You had the Martel Roberts blindfold match, which had been building up for months because of Martel blinding Jake with the arrogance on the Brother Love show.
Yeah, I kind of remember that.
And then you had the Virgil DiBiase match, which of course, because Virgil finally stood up to DiBiase and turned on him at the Royal Rumble. So it's like, and you even had a fairly interesting feud between the Bulldog and the Warlord, which was built around who had the better power slam, largely. And could Bulldog break out of Warlord's full Nelson, which they were, it was kind of like what they did then years later with the Master Lock.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Dude, speaking of that, I hated that Master Lock stuff.
Yeah. Well, they made it kind of exaggerated. They took too long with everything. But anyway, so I'm saying like they built stuff that you could kind of get interesting stuff around. And then of course there was just the typical at that time WrestleMania matches that didn't have a whole lot of meaning, but they threw them together. Undertaker versus Snuka, Texas Tornado against Dino Bravo, Tito Santana against the Mountie, um, Earthquake against Greg Valentine. Well, that one actually had a little bit of story because Greg Valentine had turned on Jimmy Hart and turned face.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
like,
yeah. That's true.
you got to feed him to Earthquake then.
Feed him to the earthquake.
Yeah.
Feel the earthquake.
Well, then they also kind of had a mini story between LOD and Power and Glory. The match only lasted a minute, but it was like they had the tag team battle royal to determine who was going to wrestle Hart Foundation for the titles at WrestleMania. Power and Glory got eliminated from the match, but then came back in and eliminated LOD even after they'd been eliminated, so that they built a feud around that.
Yep.
The fact that they decided like, oh, that match is only going to take a minute now because we need to emphasize to people how dominant LOD is, as if they didn't know that already. I felt sorry for Hercules and Roma that night.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Jeez.
So, but
Oh
yeah,
man,
it's
I
like
hate
it's
these
like
commercials.
can you please figure out a way to build some decent stories that don't revolve around titles with some of these guys that you have who deserve to be on these things, and then that don't also then require fucking four ways and three ways and eight ways or whatever. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think they've lost touch on how to build characters without the title involved. Because you can see some of the weird stuff they do now, and it
Yeah.
just kind of makes no sense.
And that's not a Triple H thing. That thing's been going on for years now. That's still going back to Vince in charge. So,
Ooh, Pat, the third
oh,
wheel's trying to join.
he lied to us.
Yeah, he's 20 minutes late.
Oh, I thought he said 8:30. I thought he was early.
No, he said 7:30.
Did he?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I won't be on until about 7:30. Okay. Yeah, I thought he said 8:30 for some reason. Oh, you know what I'm thinking 8:30? Because behind the Zoom window here, I've got the ESPN college basketball scoreboard page, and Carolina plays at 8:30 tonight.
Ah, yes.
But I was thinking 8:30.
It's okay. Oh, look at that. We
I'm
get
gonna say, no,
nothing.
no, look at that. He joins and he's not even there. I mean,
Yeah.
I forgot my very important drink. I know you guys were wanting the Grandmaster, the Poobah of Shuba to
I
join.
mean, you show up late.
Mass or a poobah fuba to join.
You
Okay.
show up late in two different ways, you know, and then we turn your camera on. You're not even there.
That is called making a grand osseous entrance.
Lord have mercy. Here we go.
Well,
Here
you
we
missed
go.
you missed the women's chamber match,
It
Jeremy.
was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I thought
Raquel
it
looked,
was actually a pretty good match too. Yeah.
yeah, Raquel looked really strong in it. She eliminated two people at one time, a double pin. There was some good stuff in there.
I saw Rhea 1. I turned it on right as they were showing Rhea staring down Jade Cargill.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
a
now
good.
I got it. An Amazon commercial.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, now the
I'm
LA
so, I,
Knight and
I was
Bianca
gonna say, yeah,
Belair,
I'm seeing the Slim
Slim
Jim
Jim.
commercial now between LA Knight and Bianca. Speaking of Bianca, did either of you guys see like the picture of her like surgically repaired knuckle and hand and everything? That was
No,
gnarly looking.
I know she's had some setbacks after.
Well, I don't know if it was necessarily setbacks or just that they didn't fucking properly diagnose it.
Hmm.
I think that
Interesting.
they were trying to like rehab it for like a long time. And then they finally said, "No, you need surgery." And it's like, well, why didn't you just do this to I it's a one thing to say,
Doctors.
why should you just, why didn't you just have the surgery at the start? It's like, yeah, you go get yourself cut open and see how you feel. As somebody who's had
Hmm.
surgeries, I can attest to that.
Yes,
Um,
indeed. It's not
but
always fun.
it just seems so weird that again it was just a knuckle and she's been out for like a year.
Yeah. So there. I read like last month that there was her rehab was going slower than normal, and then there was like a small setback with something else.
And
Uh,
then it's like since now that I think then she's had this surgery, so hopefully now this will be it, and then like she'll be back. But God only knows how much longer it's going to take from here.
I think she had two things that were going on.
Maybe she'll be in the box tonight.
Oh, interesting.
The box.
So how was your
Great.
event that you went with your son? Because he's
Sorry, I'm
shoving.
very hungry.
Oh, we can
I
tell.
apologize, fans.
Yeah, he won't even mute him. He won't even mute himself as he's chewing.
Can you hear my chewing?
Yes.
Can you?
Yes.
It doesn't bother me.
Okay,
Well,
well
not
then
like
I
it
will mute
bother. I'm
myself
just
as I'm chewing.
I'm just pointing it out. I'm
I
not.
didn't know if it was that loud. I was hoping it wasn't. I will mute myself from now
It's
on when I'm chewing.
it's not that
Anyways,
loud.
anyways,
Anywho's.
so yes, my day has been very long. I had breakfast, and then I didn't eat again until dinner, which dinner was at 4:30. So I'm hungry again.
Well, Jeremy, that's because you didn't have dinner. You had senior citizen dinner.
Yeah, I had the early bird special, liver
Ah,
and onions.
Oh man.
pheasant, quail, squab.
Liver and onions, man, liver and onions.
Oh,
Cowtail.
well, you said the early bird special. I was just you had a
I
bird.
did have bird. I had a Chick-fil-A sandwich. They were selling them at the game as part of the PTA's like fundraising efforts.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
yeah, so Lucas had his championship game today. For his bracket, they divided it into three brackets: the gold bracket, silver, and bronze. We were part of the bronze bracket because that was essentially any team that only had two wins was the bronze bracket. That was in the entire bronze bracket. So today was the championship game. They did win. They won 23-20, which was pretty
Good.
cool.
Awesome. Good, good.
And the other team made it close at the very end. We were up 23-14, I think, and they hit a three. Then they hit a couple 2-pointers. So
They put the pressure on.
right, well, it got down to 2 minutes and they started pressing. So because you're allowed to do that, that's part of this league. Like at 2 minutes, you can pressure. You can press it half court at 2 minutes, and 1 minute it's full court press. So
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
So it works out nicely for the kids, it gives them a taste of a little bit of pressure, but it's not the whole game, like they do in these AAU tournaments where they allow kids to press the entire team the entire time, and it just turns into who can press better, which is ridiculous. But anyways, not getting into that. So they did win, which was nice. The kids were super excited, deservingly so. I mean, it took them to the end of the season to get 2 wins, and then they got to play 3 extra games because they kept winning, which is nice. And then from there, I drove to the Newark Airport, got lost at Newark Airport, which I would never thought I would ever say because they're doing construction on one part of
Yeah,
the
they are.
airport. So that part is where I thought I was supposed to be because it says all terminals this way. So I was like, okay, all terminals. Makes sense. Let's follow the all terminals sign. Well, needless to say, I pull into the cell phone parking lot finally. And then I go to pull out and I'm like, follow the all terminals. Well, unfortunately, there's 2 sides to it. And the old side is the part that they're doing construction on. And I didn't realize that's where I was. So I kept on going around in a circle, going around in a circle. I'm like, what the? Like I was going nuts. My dad's calling me. He's like, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm lost in this in parking lot, and I can't get over to the other side. I don't know where." He's like, "Okay, calm down, calm down, calm down." I was like, "I'm gonna try one more way because I'm following these other signs that say all terminals this way." So I followed the other sign, and it took me over to the other side, which is stupid because they shouldn't have an all terminals that takes you to the broken down part that doesn't have any terminals at all. There, it's just a cell phone parking lot. So I finally got over to the part where the actual terminals are and found them, and then picked them up and came home. And then we went to the Wizards game,
And
and that
then
was a lot
things
of
got
fun.
crazy. No.
It's
So
just it's just funny that they have the Harlem Wizards and the Harlem Globetrotters.
so basically what you're telling us,
That's interesting.
so basically what you're telling us, Jeremy, is that you didn't understand that you were supposed to go that way.
These ways at the same time.
Yeah, and it's fine. Like there's two problems with that with Newark Airport that I found. They have two cell phone parking lots. One that's on the side that actually has the terminals that are functioning, and then one on the side that doesn't have it functioning. So I followed the first set of signs to the cell phone parking lot, which is was a little convoluted in the first place. But regardless, they should just take down those signs because in order to get to the rest of the terminals, the actual terminals that are running, you have to go past the first set of exits for the airport and go to the second set of exits. Then
Hmm.
that takes you down and around and underneath the highway to the actual airport. So they really should just eliminate some of the signs.
Yeah, they need to. If there's nothing going on there and it's just construction, like cover them up.
Yeah,
Like at
there's
this point, just
literally nothing going on there. It's just construction, and it's like they have
Who's this
secure
jerk?
secure entrances. So like even if you wanted to go that way, the one way that would actually take you across to the other part of the airport, you can't because it's secure because they're only letting like construction vehicles and food services and stuff like that go through that one entrance. So and they've got and I mean when I talk about secure, they've got the guys with the freaking mirrors that are going underneath the vehicles to make sure there's nobody hidden under there and there's no bombs attached to the bottom of them. I'm like, geez, like they ain't messing around here.
no, no, they're not.
Jeremy, you can't say that word on this podcast.
Say what word?
I just said you can't say it, so I'm not going to say it.
What,
Bomb
messing
to the bomb
around?
to the bomb to bomb bomb.
How did you even
Sounds like
hear
I got a bomb in my bag. You can't say
that
you can't say that word, sir. Bomb to the bomb to the bomb.
Oh boy.
So speaking of people that I think AJ used to like at one point and absolutely can't stand now, hey, AJ Lee's in the ring.
So speaking of that, I was watching, listening to actually, um, Brown's been on. They've all been on like fucking ESPN programs, but they asked him about like what's the feud? It's a feud between AJ and Becky real, and he said, well, in Becky's book, there's an excerpt in there that says like they met once before, and I guess AJ wasn't very nice to her. I have Becky's book, but I haven't read it yet. That's one of many wrestling books like the Soraya book. I'm like halfway through that one. I'm just taking forever to read that. So I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, speaking real quick, side note, Jeremy, Marlon told me that Mountainville got kicked out of the Allentown League.
What
Yes.
for did he say? Why?
He didn't specify what the details were. He just said Mountainville being Mountainville. And I was just like, they should have been kicked out of that league a long time ago, man. A long time ago. But I thought it was funny when he told me that. I'm like, yeah, they're like 10 years too late kicking them out of the Allentown League,
Well,
but
and
whatever.
so just to go back a little bit, fans. Joe and I both coached in the same league. Joe was the reason I got even into coaching in the first place. Thank you,
Thanks,
Joe.
Joe.
And
Fucking bad.
Mountainville was one of the teams, one of the other youth organizations that was part of the league that we used to coach in.
Yes.
And they cheated, blatantly cheated,
Multiple times.
by having kids that were part of the high school program be on their teams.
part of the AAU programs that are part of the
Yep.
teams that were not supposed to be on there either.
Yep. Kids that were double rostered, they played AAU and they played rec ball. Um, kids
Ineligible players that weren't even
in
signed up for the league.
Yep, ineligible players, kids that were not of the right age
Yep.
because the league and this is where it's not necessarily really Mountainville's fault. It is, but it isn't. It is because they were doing stuff that was shady in a rec league just to get wins, which is not the purpose of rec ball. Um, it was the league's fault because they didn't enforce the rules.
Winning
They
isn't
should have cracked
everything.
down.
It's the only thing.
Yeah. They didn't crack down on the rules.
Nope.
They let this organization get away with it. They knew they could, and they were supposed to be fined, pay the fines. If you didn't pay the fines, you were kicked out of the league. They never paid the fines. Or they'd start paying the fines and wouldn't finish paying the fines. Well, you still should have been kicked out of the league or had a suspension for a year. They
Yep.
wouldn't enforce any of the rules. So it was the league's fault for letting them get away with it, but it was unsportsmanlike activity that the team should have never participated in either because they were about trying to get as much money as they could for their organization and winning titles that mean absolutely nothing.
Yes, pretty much.
Like,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, I'm very proud of the first championship that I won with the group of kids that I won with. That was like a really big moment for those kids. And
Yeah,
for
it
me to
was.
say, okay, I know what I'm doing. Like, I understand, like, from a coaching aspect, I can say to myself, I know what I'm doing. Like, I was able to take a group of kids and get them to work together to accomplish a goal. And for a coach, that's a big thing. But the biggest part of it was the kids got to experience that feeling of we're really good players. Like, we can play. And some of them went on to play high school. Some of them didn't. You know, some of them probably could have played high school and decided not to. You know, but
Yeah, definitely.
but you
Yep.
know, and
Up 2-1 in championship games. I'm proud of that.
yeah,
And those are like the only championships. Like the junior division never won any championships before that.
yeah,
None in
and
the history.
and like for my son, like I got to help coach him, and the the biggest thing that I'm proud of with those kids is not the win that they got today and the medals that they got, is the fact that from the beginning season to the end of the season, they are different players. They are more aggressive. They are better. They are more confident. They take more shots. They were able to dribble up and down the court without losing the ball when there was other kids around them, unless the kids knocked it out of their hands. Like all those things that you want to see improvement more. I wish it happened earlier in the season, but it happened when it happened, and they got better as kids. That's why I want to keep these kids together and run them through a summer league and hopefully have them again in the winter,
Yep.
so they can all grow together. And I hope to be a part of that.
It's
I plan to be a part of that.
It's the proper way to go about it.
Well, you better get going. Summer's almost gone.
What?
Summer's almost gone. You silly boy.
Okay, well, here I want.
There's a quote that's in there somewhere that we don't know about.
Yeah, probably. You know, what comes with that, yes.
Well, the Doors did a song called "Summer's Almost Gone," and I'm also just I'm saying it kind of contradictory nature because it looks like we're actually coming out of winter and up here in Pennsylvania. Because listen to this, okay? So on Monday, the high temperature says is going to be 33 degrees, but my AccuWeather app says something that I've literally never seen in a weather forecast ever before. Okay.
What's that?
Partly sunny and cold, the coldest day until next winter. Like they are so absolutely positive that we're not going to have another day throughout March or then you going into April that's going to be colder than 33 degrees. And I'm like, you're that certain? Because it's like we were supposed to get over a foot of snow last week. I don't know how much you got where you live, Jeremy, but I am here in Hellertown. We only got maybe 4 or 5 inches, which I was fine with how much they were saying we could get at one point. But I'm like, this shit changes like hourly. So it's like, how the hell can you be so sure that over like the rest of the month of March, we're not going to have another like super cold day somehow? Because it is still winter until March 21st. So
Yeah, true.
so that's why I'm just like, I'd literally never seen that before in a weather forecast. I've found that kind of fascinating. Yeah, that's the thing, Joe. Most of the snow that we did get up here has pretty much melted because it's been pretty warm since last Sunday.
Yeah, we're So we had yesterday it got up into the mid 70s. Today, the high 50s. Tomorrow it's supposed to be in the 40s. But then all of a sudden, like Monday, I think it's supposed to be in the 50s. And then Tuesday the 60s. And then the rest of the week we're gonna be getting like all 70s. Like the highest day is like 78, 79, 2 days in a row. So
Yeah,
we're gonna start getting like high 70s all of a sudden.
like we had a pretty nice day yesterday again for the time of year. We had a really nice day today, especially considering it's February 28th. The temperature is going to dip a little the next 3 days, and I think they said we could get some sleet on Tuesday, but then after that it's going to warm up, and I think they said we could even get into the 60s and the 70s like in like a week or so. So that's going to be kind of interesting because it's like winter kind of started early up here. Like we got like snow and ice before it was December 21st, before the official first day of winter. So I'm fine with it. It's like, but it's at the same time, there's always that nagging thought in my head. It's not supposed to be 70 degrees in March in Pennsylvania.
Down here it should be. This
Yeah.
match
It
is
is a
this
little
match
scary.
this match seems to be dominated by AJ. I mean, by Becky for the most part.
Oh,
Well,
just a
that
sec. You
makes
spoke
sense
too soon
because
because here comes the good guy comeback.
this makes sense because it's like this is AJ's first singles match in 10 years or whatever. So it's like Becky should be dominating it.
Yeah, no, she should.
This has been a bit more of a match based on like the selling and like the psychology or like the animosity between the two. Like,
Yes.
like at the start of the match, Becky, like, kind of, I don't remember even what she was she did now, but she like got the better of AJ, and then she did like she mocked AJ's like sitting on the ropes thing. So it's like, that's the things you need to do when you're a heel like this.
Yes, absolutely.
A lot of
Indeed.
people didn't like the segment between them on Raw on Monday, from what I saw, though.
Yeah, a lot of people shit on it.
I I mean, it was. I didn't think it
Their
was great, but
promos haven't been like some like big spectacular thing, but their promos are doing what they're supposed to do. They're not. I,
that's what I felt like. I didn't think like it was great, but I didn't think it was like horrible.
I didn't think it was horrible. I thought they were average. They were serviceable. They did what they needed to do. That's pretty much it.
And
Let's
like
just be honest.
I understand like Becky's character right now. I'm sorry to keep going. Is like this kind of like insecure, unstable. Here she is. She's kind of losing it right now.
Yeah, she is.
Hmm.
Like diva and everything. But there is one thing that I would say. She keeps doing the whole thing where it's like, it's not just me saying it, it's other people saying it, it's Sports Illustrated saying it, it's the Bleacher. She needs to just start saying, it's not just me saying it, it's other people saying it. But she doesn't need to keep reminding us about Sports Illustrated and the Bleacher Report. I think that's where it's starting to get a little old. Because
Yeah, I
it
can see
just takes
that.
too long to keep saying all that, you know?
I just
It's like we get it. Her character's
so,
insecure. So
I'll just say this: when it comes to promos, not every promo is going to be knocked out of the park. Not all
No,
promos are going to be great for the most part.
no.
It, as we all know, talking on a mic is a skill, and some kids, some kids, um,
Well, some of these are kids to us
so-
these days, but
some
depending.
some wrestlers are good at it. Some are okay at it, and there is a majority of them that are just terrible at it. And that's just going to be what it's going to be. We're not going to
Yeah.
get the promos like we used to in the Attitude Era. There was a lot of guys that could talk on the mic back then. There just
yeah,
was.
And the
yeah.
thing about that too is the attitude era, they let them go. They got more leeway and shit they
Yes,
were able to
agreed.
say. So it was easier for them to let me see. It was yeah, I'll say it. It was a little bit easier for them to cut a promo because they
Yeah.
had more leeway on stuff they were able to say compared to before. But yeah, that's probably one of the best eras for like having a good majority of wrestlers be able to talk on the mic is the
Okay.
attitude.
Obviously, something significant is going to happen here because the referee is concerned with putting the turnbuckle pad back on. Yep.
Oh my God.
You guys are ahead of me again. That's all right. Oh, a ref bump.
Well,
Oh, that
see,
was
well, see,
obvious.
well, this is the thing. This is Jessica Car.
That was a better ref bump.
This is Jessica Carr again. Remember, Becky's accused her of screwing her over. But see, now AJ's the one that's getting screwed over because Becky's tapping and Jessica's down.
Just
Just
try to put
break
her
it off.
earpiece back in.
Just beat her with her own arm.
But yeah, what I was trying to say was, well, yeah, let me
I'm
tell
not
you
expecting
something.
AJ to win this match, honestly.
Let me
No,
tell you something, baby. Not everybody can be as good on the mic as the Lethal Weapon Steve Blackman was, baby.
that guy was terrible on the mic. I'm gonna karate chop you. Okay,
He
Steve.
he was a guy who just he couldn't loosen up to talk. He was just very stiff. You know, when they
Well,
when
he wrestled that way too. He wrestled like a
well, he
robot.
wrestled like a martial artist,
Yeah.
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 which is what he was though. But hey, as reliving the war, he told us that's Steve motherfucking Blackman of the Motherfuck Dojo, and he was fighting the robot monsters.
Yes.
He was one of the guys that series made into kind of like a cult hero with catchphrases and stuff. He did that for Steve Blackman. He did it for Norman Smiley. Who the hell else did he do that for?
This is a
Alex
really
Wright.
long ref bump. Like most of the refs aren't down for like a minute and a half,
Yeah, she should because she was moving more
trying to put her
a
earpiece
minute or
back in.
two ago than she is now. So it's like,
As Joe so fondly pointed out, she's putting her earpiece back in.
who is this?
Yeah.
Is there okay? Do you guys see right behind the announcer? There's some guy wearing like a pink hoodie who I think might have been had. I was trying to figure out if the guy had like a mask on.
It's a black dude.
Nope. I'm just trying to figure out why both the female wrestlers in this match have no booty. It's the bootyless match. It's very sad.
I was gonna say AJ has always been of the small boobs category.
Nothing wrong with small boobs.
I didn't say there was. I just
That hurt because she just threw her right on the chair leg.
because we have to
Oh
remember.
my god! And she didn't even put her on the chair. She smashed
Yeah,
her arms
really,
into the
they
chair.
didn't do that one well. Well, because remember what Johnny Ace said about AJ way back in the day. It's like
Well,
guys
Johnny
want to
Ace
hang
was
out
an
with
A.
you and girls like you, but nobody wants to fuck you. Can't you see our problem?
It's sad. Saying shit like that is so fucked up, man.
Well, it's Johnny Ace, and we know what kind of shit he's into, so Yeah,
He's gonna lose her mind.
more annoying voice. Johnny Ace. Hey, Mr. McMahon, how are you today? Can I get you anything? Or I don't think anybody should be taking medical advice from me. Oh, really? Then why are you running the Department of Health and Human Services?
Nah, they're both annoying.
Well, RFK is obviously much more annoying now because we don't have to hear Johnny Ace anymore.
Yes. Well, you only hear RFK if you pay attention to politics. So
Well, or if you listen to Joe Rogan, like he was on like Joe Rogan this week, and he was saying about how like taking Tylenol will cause you to suffer from some condition or some syndrome that I had never heard of before. And when Rogan asked him what that was, he couldn't even say what the fuck it was. So it's like, come on.
If you don't know what it is,
wow.
He brought up what
Okay.
this thing. He brought up some, like I said, he brought up some syndrome. Like I said, I'd never heard it before. So Rogan was right to ask
Well,
him what is that. And then he
there's a
goes,
new
and then he can't
I'm
even go.
surprised she won.
I kind of am a
yes.
little bit too, because Punk's gonna win. We know Punk's gonna
It,
win.
it's one of those things. Every
Wait,
so often,
yeah, all
people
faces are gonna
there's a
win.
new claim that this medication or this thing causes this. And then everybody's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I've been taking this forever. That explains why my kids are this way or I'm this way." It's like, no, it's not really accurate usually.
Well, yeah, I mean, again, the original vaccines cause autism bullshit was thoroughly debunked. The guy who published all that shit lost all his medical licenses and everything, but people still fucking believe it, so
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
there's mercury in the vaccinations. No, there is not. Like they can't inject us with mercury. Are you freaking nuts?
I
That
thought
was
this
one for
match
a
was
while too.
decent. It was a decent
Yeah,
match.
it was. Hey, out of a lot of the women's matches that we've probably seen recently, that was a pretty decent one. Was
I'm
it an A?
surprised.
No,
No, I would say
but
like out of 5 stars, I give it like I don't know 3.5. I think is valid.
I think the
I felt
pacing.
like a
I think the
3-star
pacing of
match.
the match was good. It wasn't super slow. I
No.
think there was enough physicality
Yeah,
in the women's match.
Would you
There
would you
wasn't
give it that?
any. There wasn't any huge like, ooh, that looked like that was a mess up or anything like
No.
that. I didn't see it. The only thing that was kind of iffy for me was when the chair got in because AJ Lee she got flipped onto the chair like the leg hit her in the knee and I'm sure that
right.
hurt like hell
And
because
then Becky did not come close to DDTing her on it.
right. But I wouldn't call any of that a botch. I'd just call that just bad placement, bad spots
Yeah,
for
it's like
those things to be
you're moving fast. You're
Yeah.
not going to be completely precise all times,
right.
But
But
um, I would have to say that it's not. It will never be over. It's not over between these two. I can't see
no,
them.
No,
there's more
definitely
to
isn't.
come.
I gave it 3.5. What do you give it, Pat?
I said three.
Three?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm right in that 3 to 3.5.
Is this the time?
Oh no.
Oh dear Lord!
Oh
You
God,
turn up the volume.
it's a paid commercial. Oh my God. They couldn't get a pizza that didn't look like it was cooked an hour ago?
Yeah,
Oh, truth.
that cheese is like old and that pizza's at least an hour old.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, if I'm truth,
He's
I'm
I'll
gonna
eat
go
like,
an
spit that out
hour-old
in the garbage
pizza.
can
Don't
now.
worry.
yeah. Well, actually, I know what's in the box.
It could be me.
Her pretty
Oh,
head.
you're an illusion? Damn. AI is good. That's AI Joe.
No, you didn't hear
Instead
what
of
I
GI
said.
Joe, it's AI Joe.
Yeah, right,
You
brother.
didn't hear what I said, did you?
No.
What's in the box? Her pretty head.
No.
Oh, 7. Yeah.
Yeah. That was by far, even till this day, one of the most disturbing movies I've ever seen.
It's a good
It
movie.
was kind of the point, yeah.
It is a good movie, dude. I enjoyed that was
See,
a really good movie.
because I'm so into I'm sorry, I'm flipping off the Riyadh season ad. Um, because I'm so into like, movie reaction channels, like, and I love the people who do like the compilations of movie reaction channels. So one of my favorite compilations to watch is the end of Seven, when, we get to the climax where they find that it's her Gwyneth Paltrow's
What
head.
is in the box?
Yeah, when it's Gwyneth
Tell me
Paltrow's
what
head
Oh,
in
is
the
in
you
the
said
box,
box.
climax. Oh,
and then Brad Pitt shoots Kevin Spacey. Because when so many of the people realize what it is that's in the box and just the horror on their face, and of course, some people say, "Oh, all these reactors are fake," and it's like, well, some of them maybe, but I don't care because I find it entertaining. It's like
yeah.
it makes me realize why I like movies in the first place to watch other people reacting to. It really does, but it's like some of them it has to be genuine. It's like because you know why? If these people were that good of actors, they'd be acting.
Exactly.
So.
Um,
Um, so
I
yeah, it's like when I see people that come to that realization of what's going on, then at the end of Seven, it's like so many of them are horrified. It's just like I'm sitting here kind of going like,
well, and like I think about all the suspense and thriller movies and stuff like that that I've seen, and Seven ranks right up there with some of the top, like with one of the top ones that I've seen, like to this day,
oh
like
yeah,
because of the
absolutely.
way that they built the anticipation of
Yeah,
that movie.
it completely
Yeah.
holds up.
Yeah.
And shit, that movie's 30 years old now, and it's still that movie will shock people for years to come. It's like that's one of the kind of movies that since I don't have sons, um, I really want to show to my nephews one day, not my
Hmm.
nieces, they'd be terrified. Um, but like there's so many movies that like I really want to like, watch with my nephews to see like and when they get older, because right now they're still only 9 and 7, but just to see like, what they think of or how they would react to it. Because I sometimes worry that they're going to be a little too sheltered living in the household in which they live in.
I get what you're
um,
saying. Tomorrow, I actually, when
There's
I get up, I might actually start. The Godfather is now on two different streaming services, and
oh
they have the remastered, redone third one where they have the new ending and the new beginning and added stuff, and some things have been moved around.
Yeah, I gotta check that out sometime.
So
I think I've
I'm
still never
actually
seen that.
going to. That's my thing. Tomorrow, I have some stuff to do, but I'm going to sit and watch Uno, Dos, Tres of The Godfather. That's going to be my thing for tomorrow.
yeah. I had to. So funny enough, right now Netflix has all the James Bond movies currently
Yes,
on.
they do. I tagged them
Yeah,
all in my list, bro.
they moved from Amazon, I think, to Netflix just recently.
Yep.
And I had to laugh.
You've been
I was
on there
like,
for
you
like
know
two
what? It's
months.
on Netflix. I'm gonna go through and watch some of these. So I watched from what is the first one? Doctor No. I
Doctor
think that's the
No,
very
then From Russia
all
with
the way.
Love, then Goldfinger, then
I
Thunderball.
watched up till the first one with because it was Sean Connery did the first
Maybe
four,
that's what I'll do
three.
tomorrow because I haven't watched them yet. I think I'll watch the Bond movies first.
Sean Connery did the first five, then George Lazenby did one, then Connery came back for one, and then Roger Moore took over.
So I watched the first one with Roger Moore.
That's Live and Let Die, which of
Yeah,
course is
so I
the
got
best
to
Bond
that's where I
film
got
ever.
to. So I watched those seven or whatever movies, however many that
That
was.
would
But anyway,
be eight.
number eight.
Eight, yeah.
And I have to laugh because watching Sean Connery, good actor, not going to take away from his acting ability, but the fight scenes are terrible.
Well,
It's
it's the 60s, so they hadn't really
it
perfected that yet.
Hey,
because
there's
now when I think of
progression.
because now when I look at now when I think about watching Austin Powers, he's like judo chop, judo chop. It's like complete mockery of the early James Bond movies with
Yeah.
the fight scenes because it was such bad fight scenes. I'm like now I understand the whole judo chop stuff.
I also always felt like the Austin Powers like saying like judo chop, and in addition to kind of like pointing out how silly like the fights were in the 60s Bond movies, I also always felt there was a bit of like the Batman TV show and
Yeah,
that.
that too. Um, and
Which one day I got to start watching those. That because the Batman TV series box set is one of the few DVD sets that I brought with me and didn't put into storage. So it's like
and the character that Doctor Evil is based off of is in the fourth James Bond movie. I think he makes
the
his
fifth one.
appearance in the third or fourth Bond movie. I can't remember.
He's Mike Myers. See, here's the thing. Mike Myers said that Doctor Evil was mostly based off of the way that Donald Pleasance looked when he played Blofeld and You Only Live
Right,
Twice in
Blofeld is the
the fifth
character I'm
Bond
thinking of,
movie.
and it is the first one because he has like that messed up like thing above his
Right,
eye.
because he's bald and he's got a scar. When they used Blofeld in the next two movies, it was Telly Savalas in On Her Majesty's Secret Service, and while he was bald, he didn't have a scar. And then
Right.
Charles Gray played Blofeld in Diamonds Are Forever, and he had hair. So,
Yeah.
but the
Well,
thing
they
with
played it off as Blofeld like had
yeah,
surgery to give himself new looks
yeah,
each time,
right,
but
and like you would
Teddy
see,
Savalas did a great Blofeld character. I thought he was
yeah,
awesome as
and
Blofeld.
you saw Blofeld just stroking the cat. You never saw his face; you just heard his voice, and his voice was totally different in both
Right
From
until you
Russia with
finally
Love
saw him
and
in the
Thunderball. So
yeah
yeah,
until you finally saw him in the one in that the third or fourth film, whatever it
right.
was. But yeah,
Then,
he's number one, number
but
one.
so many people also thought that Mike Myers as Doctor Evil was based on Lorne Michaels
Yeah,
from
I could see that
SNL
too.
because the voice that Doctor Evil has,
It's
people
more
said Mike
towards Lauren
Myers.
Michaels.
People so said that Mike Myers based on Lorne Michaels, or the cynical people say Mike Myers stole it from Dana Carvey's impression of Lorne Michaels.
Mm.
And that was the voice and everything. And because, like, of course, in the first movie, like the whole, like, $1 million. People thought that was also kind of in reference to when Lorne Michaels offered the Beatles $3,000 to reunite. Because like at the time the Beatles were being offered like tens of millions of dollars in the mid '70s to reunite, and there's Lorne Michaels gets on SNL and very famously in like the first season and says, "I'm offering the Beatles $3,000."
So yeah,
Do
it's
you think there's any legitimacy to the Rock movie being part of the James Bond lore?
the Rock movie. Which Rock
Yeah, with
movie?
Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage.
The Rock. No,
The
absolutely
Rock.
not.
No, that's just one of those fun kind of like fan theories things saying
It's
that
fun though. I like it.
yeah, that like he was like James Bond who got captured or or whatever because he was but
The other thing that's very interesting about the early Bonds movies is they make Bond out to be a ladies' man, which for the most part he pretty much is. But there are also some scenes in there where he's slapping women around and then doing the dirty with them. He essentially
well
um forces
Go Google
Puss,
Sean Connery's attitude towards women sometimes too.
Pussy
It's a bit
Galore,
it's a bit
which is
problematic.
Pussy Galore, which is one of the greatest female actress character names of all time. Pussy Galore, which is crazy. Um, if you watch that one, he pretty much pushes himself on her. Um, I was like,
You're doing a
wow,
special entrance for him?
evidently.
Yeah, he does, and at the same time he's doing that to both. Oh, okay.
Nice. The
They're
hockey
playing.
Those,
entrance.
They're
that's what
playing.
I thought.
They're playing Ricky the Dragon Steamboat's theme music.
They're
Um,
playing the intro for the Bulls.
All right, this was like the Jordan thing,
Yeah.
the
yeah.
Jordan era Bulls thing. But WWF did also use this for Ricky Steamboat's entrance music, but you won't hear that anymore unless you have like an original like VHS tape or something because it's been dubbed over on it.
This
Anytime.
is pretty fucking dope, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. So
But
so it
yeah,
was
it's
just
like you can say like of course he was pushing himself on Pussy Galore and Goldfinger so much to both like break her to get her over to his side and so because he was trying to prevent Goldfinger from succeeding. So it's like yeah, but he's still forcing himself on a woman, So
yeah. I'm just you can tell how film and time has changed, and it's just like okay, once one was accepted is no longer appropriate or accepted in movies anymore.
yeah, feminism hadn't quite broken through in the mid '60s.
No, not at all. So it was really I can sit back and laugh at it because it's so far fetched,
Yeah.
like that these things happen. But yeah, but you can definitely see as it gets into the 70s how the Bond films change a little bit and the fight scenes become a little bit better. The stories are written a little bit better.
Things
Not that
still
the
get
stories were ever written bad, but they
things
weren't,
still things still get a little ridiculous though with the Bonds as you get to the later '70s, and then they kind of try to go back to like minimalism in the early '80s, and then they got dark in the late '80s with the Timothy Dalton Bonds.
yeah. Well, it was funny. The guy that did the one film where they go up to the ski resort, the resort that's on the top of the mountain, like this.
Yeah, that was On Her Majesty's Secret Service with George Lazenby.
Yeah, the ski scene is off the charts. So ridiculous, off the charts ridiculous. With he's skiing on one ski at one point in time.
Well, wait until you get to the opening sequence of The Spy Who Loved Me. That takes place with a ski with like a ski chase, I guess you could call it.
A ski chase.
The best part of it though is they somehow get in toboggans. If it was it toboggans or was it snowmobile? No, it was toboggans. Yes, they're in toboggans at one point in time, and they're beating each other up in the back of toboggans, and a grenade gets thrown into a toboggan and blows up, and and it was Bond's toboggan, and he's not injured at all. Like he maneuvers himself so he gets blown out of the toboggan with no injuries. I'm like,
Well,
come
Hey,
that's
special
what
effects, man. What are you gonna
that's what's called plot armor.
I was like, what? So funny, and the helmets, the helmet that they had, freaking, Blow Blofeld wearing in that the one that was played by geez, whiz, now I'm forgetting his name. Help me out, Pat.
On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Yeah.
Telly Savalas.
Yeah, Teddy's fall. The look like a 1950s freaking football helmet. I was like, oh my god, like what are they doing to these guys? Like it was just it was funny. Like I'm just that they definitely had me laughing on some of those movies. Yeah, this entrance was pretty dope.
Oh, so you missed it earlier, Jeremy. So they're in the United Center in Chicago. This is the first
Yes.
time they have run this building since SummerSlam 1994.
Oh my God.
Well, because that's
Why?
what it was. Like we were looking, it's like they just whenever they did like an event in Chicago, they would always do it at the Rosemont Horizon, now known as the Allstate Arena, which is in Rosemont, not really in Chicago. Rosemont's a suburb, but
And that 94 event was the first major event they held in the stadium because the stadium had just opened that summer.
right, like it literally opened like 10 days before they did SummerSlam 94.
Yeah.
SummerSlam 94 was the Undertaker versus Undertaker match, and it was the steel cage match for the title between Bret Hart and Owen Hart.
Or as
But
we
one of
like
the
to call
other,
him, the Underfaker.
yeah, one of the other matches on the card that night was Lex Luger against Tatanka, where Tatanka had been accusing Lex Luger of selling out and taking DiBiase's money, and then it turned out it was Tatanka who was doing it. But anyway, a guy who's like in the aisle at the beginning of the event, he had a sign that he was holding up that said, "I got here late. When's Luger versus Tatanka?" And I said, well, at least he picked a match where both guys who were in it are still alive, because unfortunately there are quite a few guys from that night who aren't anymore, such as Owen Hart, Razor
Yeah.
Ramon, Bam Bam Bigelow, Mabel, a couple others. So yeah.
What was I watching the other day? Because Netflix has put a couple specials, like couple. Oh, it was an In Your House. Um,
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
I think they
starting to
have
add
all like
more.
the
They're starting to
pay-per-views
add
on
more old
Netflix.
pay-per-views on Netflix
They
now.
have all the pay-per-views, but they don't have a lot of Raws, and they definitely don't have SmackDowns are still on Peacock, but
And
who
go
is it in?
WCW stuff isn't on there yet either.
WCW, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't be surprised if you don't ever see that on Netflix. Like if you want to see WCW stuff, you're gonna have to hope that they put it on their YouTube channel, I think.
Or
Um,
ECW either.
Yeah. And
it
forget about the
was.
olders like AWA World Class, anything like that. I don't think you ever see that
Oh,
shit back.
it was. It was In Your House. Um, Valentine's Massacre, whatever the name of that pay per view
St.
was.
Valentine's Day Massacre.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I didn't realize it, but Owen Hart was already wearing his Danger costume in that pay per view. He already had the caution tape co- tights on.
What? Hmm.
Wow, really?
Mm-hmm.
How many? I gotta look that up real quick. St. Val.
How crazy.
Because he came out in a tag match with somebody. I can't remember who the tag match was.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, so that was 1999. Because
Was that
that was the event where Big Show debuted.
okay? But was that after the Nation?
Yes.
Okay, so then that makes sense because I couldn't remember. I didn't know when that pay per view actually aired.
Yeah, that was February of 1999.
Then
That
that
was
makes a lot of sense.
the card for that was WWF title last man standing match, Mankind versus The Rock, steel cage match, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Vince McMahon. That was to determine who would like if Austin would be in the main event at WrestleMania, and that's where like Big Show showed up. He like came up through the ring and he threw Austin through the cage, which actually allowed Austin to win the match. Triple H and X Pac versus Kane and China, because this is after China had turned on DX to join the corporation.
I
Uh,
like I like
Ken,
Punk's gear at Blackhawk shit.
Ken Shamrock versus Val Venus for the Intercontinental title
That
with
was a
Billy Gunn
terrible
as the
match.
special referee. Owen Hart and Jeff Jarrett defended the tag titles against D'Lo Brown and Mark Henry.
Yes,
And you also had a hardcore title matchup between Al Snow and Bob Holly, the Big Boss
terrible
Man against
match.
Midian, and Gold Dust against the Blue Dust.
Terrible
Who
match.
the fuck was Blue Dust?
The Blue Meanie.
Blue Meanie, the Blue Meanie.
Oh
He did
Jesus
that
fuck.
phase where he was Blue Dust for a while. It was
Yeah.
There
stupid as
were
hell.
there were multiple in your houses I did not watch. I kind of
So
got
out of the four matches that he mentioned towards the end, once he talked to us, like the tag match was good, but the Gold Dust match was terrible. The hardcore match was terrible. Um,
Oh, you didn't like the part where they went outside during that hardcore match and it was like fucking freezing cold because it was February?
I'm sorry, any match with Bob Harley in it is terrible to me. I cannot stand that guy because I found out during that what was it Tough Enough how much of a dick that guy was, and I
Hey,
mean
I got an idea.
absolute
How about you
dick.
let me beat everybody?
Like he really thought he was an entitled. He had this entitlement about him, and it's like, dude,
He really did, yeah.
Like I give you credit for doing what you've done for so long and being in the business for so long, but you're not anything because you have
Wrestling
no
by
character. You walk around with your
wrestling
steroid
bios did
muscles.
wrestling bios. I always love to refer to their YouTube channel. That guy has a great channel. One thing that he's done a few times is like going through like wrestlers' autobiographies and like highlighting parts that he finds like most interesting. He did one on Bob Holly's autobiography. Yes, Bob Holly wrote an autobiography.
Oh boy.
And two people read it. That guy and somebody else.
Yeah. But no, some of the stuff he said was pretty interesting. I'm just saying, like, if you ever like are on YouTube and you just went, like, if you go like like type in like wrestling bios, Bob Holly autobiography, I
Hmm.
think it's probably about 20 minutes long. It's interesting. I mean, it's like I'm not saying you'll come out way liking the guy, but you might just like understand him a little bit better. But I'm just saying it was just kind of interesting with some of the opinions he had on certain people. So
Interesting.
yeah.
I'm sure he had a lot. I'm sure he maybe deserved a little bit more than he got. Like he was given some pretty shitty gimmicks in WWE,
Oh,
Spark Plug
Sparky
and
Plug. Yeah.
Sparky Plug, and like wasn't he part of like
Well, there was the
I,
Job Squad thing.
yeah, the Job Squad?
It was
Wasn't
him
he?
and
I
Al
feel like
Snow
at one
and
point in time he had blonde hair. He was part of a blonde tag team or something like that. I feel like.
Yeah, he was. I don't remember the tag team.
well, they when they did the NWA invasion in early 1998, which Jim Cornette spearheaded, they put Bob Holly together with Bart Gunn, who was still lingering.
Wasn't Holly with Chris Candido? Was that early years?
No. That was Dr. Tom Pritchard, and that was the Body Donnas.
Oh, okay. God, okay.
Yeah, Tom Pritchard cut his hair and dyed it blonde to more match Chris Candido's hair. But yeah, that
Yeah,
wasn't
okay.
Bob Holly. But anyway, they put Bob Holly and Bart Gunn together as the new Midnight Express, which was just like destined to fail because as they never really quite seem to learn. Anytime you put something together and called it the new
The
something
new,
or other, it was
it's
always destined to
terrible.
fail. The new Rockers, the new Blackjacks. The only one that didn't fail like that was the New Age Outlaws, and that was because there had never been an Age Outlaws before.
It was just funny because you think back to the New Rockers. It was still Marty Jannetty, but then it was Al Snow, who wasn't Al
Steve
Snow at the time.
Cassidy.
Yes. And Marty Jannetty, the whole reason the Rockers broke up is because Sean, well, they saw the talent in Sean, and Marty Jannetty was starting to have a massive alcohol and substance abuse problem.
Well, that's just it. So some people have always wondered
So, yeah,
why
let's put him
didn't
with another guy and see if that works.
well, some people always said, why didn't Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty have a match at WrestleMania 8? Because that was only a couple months after Shawn Michaels threw Jannetty through the barbershop window. Well, it's because Jannetty had gotten in trouble with the law and was legitimately under house arrest.
Yep.
Yeah,
And so he couldn't participate in that WrestleMania because obviously they should have fought at that WrestleMania.
yes. And I'm sure they would have.
If
If he
Jannetty
wouldn't have
hadn't
gotten house
screwed up,
arrest.
yeah, I think they definitely would have. I can't see how they wouldn't have.
It's just it's funny how Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels were both going down that road.
Oh yeah.
But
Shawn was able to still somehow function
right,
without,
Shawn was able to function,
or
but he
was better
also
But he's
had
not.
protected.
but he also got some leniency from Vince in them
That's
because
yeah, that's what I mean. He was better protected.
yeah, he was better protected because he had the talent. He had the mic skills, he had the wrestling talent, he had everything that Vince wanted. So I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that Shawn doesn't kill himself or get in trouble with the law.
Well, something that multiple people who would be in the know to say, I think Cornette said it, I'm pretty sure Bruce Pritchard has said it, and I think others have said it too. Vince saw something of himself in Shawn.
Hmm.
Yeah, I bet he
Like like
did.
like having this like rebellious attitude or this and that. And of course I always say,
Rebel
when did
against
Vince have
what?
that? when
Yeah.
he was a teenager and he didn't know who his father was and he was being abused by his mother's husband and shit like that. It's like, yeah, okay, that's great, but
When he
he ain't
decided to
that
buy his
now.
dad's company, that's when he was rebellious. He's like, I'll buy your company, old man.
I'm buying your company with the money that we'll make over the course of the next year.
Pretty much.
And no, I won't fire Gorilla Monsoon.
Still
Well,
one of my favorite commentators.
I say that because Monsoon was legitimately one of the partners in the WWF. So
Yeah,
Vince
he
had to
was.
buy him out, and that was one of the ways he was able to convince Monsoon to go along with it, was like, I'll give you a job for life. I'll never fire you,
Hmm.
And he didn't. So he did actually stick through with that part.
Yeah, Monsoon eventually just retired.
Yeah, because he started getting sick, and unfortunately
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
he just kind of drifted away, unfortunately. And then like he made that one final appearance publicly at WrestleMania 15, and he had lost so much weight, and he's like barely recognizable, But yeah, I gotta crack open the Gorilla Monsoon book that I got right after Christmas. It was written by the guy Brian Solomon, who's written a couple of really good wrestling books, and this book is supposed to be really good too, because Monsoon's adopted son Joey was a referee in WWF in the late 80s and early 90s, and he died in a car accident in 1994, I think it was.
Wow.
And a lot of people said Monsoon was never quite the same after that. Like he never really got over it, which totally get, live a child, even if it's a stepchild, so
Right, yeah, especially if
Yeah.
it's one that you adopt too.
yeah.
Like if he truly adopted him, that means there's more to it than, more than just, hey, you're my stepson,
Yeah,
love
but it
you,
was like it
love
was
your
also
mom.
kind of a running joke, and like whenever like Joey Morello was refereeing a match, whether whoever the color commentator was, whether it was Ventura, whether it was Heenan, would sometimes kind of make like little jokes or comments about how terrible the referee was, and it was just kind of like an in joke type of thing because they're obviously sitting next to Monsoon, but they never, of course, acknowledge the relationship between the two. So
Yeah. Um, so far so good with this match. It's like
Yeah.
exactly what I expected, a technical wrestling match.
I mean, matches with Punk are going to be slower paced now, just because he's older.
Yeah. And personally, I don't need every match to be like for a freaking like you're running a IndyCar race. Like it
Yeah,
doesn't have to be that fast pace. You
yeah,
can take your time.
some
It's okay.
matches are fine when they're slower paced, or it's not even something that they're slower paced. I mean, they're slower paced when compared to like so many matches we've become accustomed to, because some of these younger guys don't know how to not go 150 miles an hour at every fucking
Yeah.
match.
True. True. True.
Young Bucks.
Still need a story tell while you're wrestling, guys.
Yeah.
All young
Uh,
lads.
I'm waiting for the Bucks, one of the Bucks, to shave their head because one of them is going pretty bald already.
Well, Cornette does call them the Baldwin Bucks anymore, so
Oh yeah, the one definitely has the.
Shawn Michaels held on to it for too long
I mean
because
they
every
shouldn't
time
be.
he started wrestling a match and his hair got a little mess, you could see the giant bald spot in the back of his head.
They shouldn't even be allowed to be called the Young Bucks anymore at this point because of their ages.
Kind of like boys to men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least they had it in the
Now they're
naming.
just men.
But seriously, Matt Jackson's about to turn 41, and Nick
um,
Jackson will be 37 later this year. But it's like once one of them's 40s, it's like, can you still
you know,
legitimately call yourself the Young Bucks?
and you know who's still holding on to it because I haven't seen him in a while. Rob Van Dam's still trying to hold on to his hair like he has a lot of it.
Yeah, I haven't seen him recently, but I do think the last time I did see him, I think I was saying, I don't know, Rob. I know you always got to project who you are, and but I don't think the long hair is working for you anymore. I'm like,
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
covering up what you think it's covering up there, bud.
I mean, Edge and Christian realized when they couldn't do the long hair anymore, and
Well, Edge can still do it.
Yeah, Edge has got a full head of hair.
well, so does Christian, but I'm just saying that they just realized the long hair was like they were too
I,
old for the long
I'm
hair.
a I'm a ta- I'm just talking about the guys that wear it long to cover up the bald spot in the back.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Trying to hide the receding hairline that's in the back of their head.
yeah.
Yeah, that's we all know that's the real reason why Cena retired.
Well, he got a
Hey,
hair transplant, so he's good.
It's because that
hey,
bald spot on the
listen,
back
hey.
on the back of his head was starting to shine brighter than the sun.
And you know what? You want to get hair plugs because hey, you want to do movies and you don't want to shave your head down and stuff.
Yeah, nothing
Look,
wrong with that.
look at freaking John Travolta. That dude wore hair pieces because he was balding. So did um, Reynolds. Why can't I think of his name? Burt Reynolds did too. He's known for
Plenty
wearing
of guys have.
hairpieces.
Humphrey Bogart wore a toupee
Um,
for a lot of his
Sean
career.
Connery. in
Yeah,
his later career.
Sean Connery definitely did because he was bald in like a lot of his like late '80s roles, like Untouchables and Indiana Jones, and then all of a sudden he had a full head of hair, and it's like,
Yeah, like, how did that happen?
Elton John wears a wig, of course.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's fine. You want to do what you need to do to make you to appear to have hair, whatever. Um, but I just find, for me, I find it comical for the guys that wear long hair to cover up so they can pull it back up over the bald spot in the back of their head. I just find that funny. I don't know why. I just do. It's just like the guys that wear the comb over. Like growing your hair this long on this side so you can put it on the top of your head doesn't cover up the fact that you're bald. It just doesn't do it. Sorry, Donald Trump.
Did you ever see? Oh, yeah. That man's hair is should have
There's a
been a
nest on
scientific.
his head. There's a bird
That
somewhere
I
in there, I
am
swear
I
to
am
God.
just glad
man's hair
that
looked
the
like a
only
science
thing that's
project
going
back
to
in the
happen
80s.
to me and my beautiful long hair is
Is
it's
it's gonna go completely gray.
yeah, that's it. Really. It's going to thin out as I get older, but it's going to go completely gray.
He's just happy
But
to look.
all the fullness will always be there.
Yeah, I was gonna say he likes the gray because he thinks it makes him look distinguished.
That's right. Hey, him and Kevin Nash got it going on there.
You know?
The silver fox. Um,
What was I
hey,
gonna say?
I'm hoping my son has my wife's hair and his
I
and her side of the family because her dad full
I hope
thick
that.
full of hair, graying finally in his 60s. He's finally graying, but full freaking head of hair. Even after chemo, full head of hair.
Good.
I'm like, get that hair, bud. Don't get daddy's side of the family. Like, don't get this thin balding shit going on.
Nah, he should be good. He should be good then.
Poor Lucas will be going bald at
And he
19.
does. He has my wife's side of the family's thick hair. Like he has thick like hair like that.
Oh, he
Yeah.
went for the
Nico does
Grace
too, so
Kelly.
that's why I'm not worried about Nico when he gets like our age and shit.
Um, I took him. There's a local barber shop in Northampton. I was getting so pissed. I could not get an appointment at the place where I had been taking him, and like the last time that I took him
Punk's
there, I wasn't
busted.
super. Yeah, I wasn't super
AJ got
happy with his
busted in the mouth
haircut.
too.
And then I took him to Holiday, and that was even worse. I wasn't happy with that haircut.
Sports clip, man. Sports clip.
He does not do the elbow as well as he used to.
No.
No,
And to be honest, he's never done the elbow great. I mean, but of course, in my
no,
mind, I'm always comparing it. I'm comparing everybody who does an elbow off the top rope to Savage, and nobody will ever be as good as Savage.
yeah, no. Savage
Watching
had a way to
Savage
lay it
do
out.
watching Savage do it was fucking poetry in motion. It really
Um,
was.
but we took him to. I actually took him to a barber shop,
Well, that's good.
and got him a barber. He's like, Dad, that was really nice. He said it was a little rough when he was doing the back of my head. I said they'd really make sure that they get the hair really good, buddy.
Yep.
Like it's very different going to a barber shop and having those people do your hair than going to anywhere else.
My dad always took me to the barber guy who cut his hair when he was younger too, and my dad would still go to him for years afterwards, even though we would drive like an hour into Jersey to go see him until the guy retired. And I think he passed away a few years ago. He was a really nice guy.
And don't get me wrong, it is more expensive to go to a barber. Like his
Oh
haircut
yeah.
was $30, and then I gave a $15 tip, so he paid $45 for a haircut. But
What I was just saying is like I of course was getting somebody like more local to where we live cutting my hair forever. Then one day like I went with my dad and then he cut and my dad's like, why don't you just go and get your hair cut while you're here too? I was like, okay. And it was like he was doing all these things with my hair, like was sort of so like kind of trying to like style it and like like spraying stuff in it and everything. And I was like, oh yeah, I remember this from when I was younger. It feels so weird to have it being done again.
Yeah,
but
man.
yeah,
I think
but
I went to a barber all through the whole time I was a kid. It was a barber that was down the road on Willow Park. No, not Willow Park Road. Um, damn, I can't remember the name of the road, but it was by down the road where Goosey Gander used to be back in the day in Bethlehem Township. You guys might not know what Goosey Gander is, but there was like a little old man barber shop there, and that's where my dad took me to get my haircut until like my
I was gonna say
until
the
I was
Goosey
like a
Gander I know is
sophomore in high school, and that's when I started growing my hair out.
I was gonna say the Goosey Gander in Bethlehem I know is like in the city, like on 4th Street, not all that far from
Uh,
where Arts Quest is now. So it might be I guess maybe
this is like the original Goosey Gander.
okay. I was gonna
It
say
was down the road from. Now I'm having brain farts. Um, I just don't remember shit because I haven't lived there for so long. Um, there's a bar. Yeah, when it comes to me, I'll tell you.
Okay.
Put it that way.
Yeah. So
I'm having
it
a
was
thought.
funny though.
I'm
We
having a
got
thought. It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. It's gone.
it was just funny because I had a little bit of, scruff.
Keystone
Like I
Pub. That's it. The Keystone Pub is the
Keystone
best.
Pub. Oh yeah, the Keystone Pub. That's where the original Goosey Gander was near.
Yes. If you, there's a road, not the main William Penn Highway road, but the road right in front of the Keystone Pub.
Yeah, that's Willow Park Road.
Is it Willow Park Road? Okay, I thought
Yeah.
I was wrong. Yeah, you drive down that way on the right hand side. There's a little shopping center. It was Goosey Gander was there, and there was a barber shop. There used to be a comic
I
store there at
I
some
know
point,
exactly I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
yeah, and there used to be a sports guy who sells sports cards there and comics and all that stuff. That was back in the.
So
Continue, Jerry. I'm sorry.
no, it was just funny. So you guys will get a kick out of this. So I had a little bit. I have my scruff like I have right now, and and he's like, "Why don't you wear the beard?" I said honestly, it doesn't really get very thick, and I've grown it out for a month, and it gets about an inch long, and that's really about it. Like it maybe an inch and a little bit more. I said, but it doesn't really grow much longer than that. And I said, and I've done stuff to touch it up to kind of make it like nice. And I said, my wife likes it. She likes the scruffy look. And he's like, you should do this. He's like, I've been doing this for the last 6 months. What does he show me? A bottle of minoxidil. I was like, really? Like I'm
Minoxidil.
thinking to myself, Rogaine with minoxidil on my face.
Yeah,
And I thought about it for a hot minute, and I was like, you know what? I really don't want to be rubbing this stuff. I don't want to go through and rub stuff on my face twice a day. I'm gonna pass on that. Because then I
I,
thought about it. I was like, if my beard does grow in and get thicker, then I have to worry about actually shaving my face every more than once a week. Like I'm probably gonna have to shave my face more, and I really don't want to have to do that. This is just gonna be a pain in the ass. I'm not doing that.
we need to. It's funny, like I get jealous because my son's hair is curly and stuff,
Uh
so I
huh.
have straight hair. But
Yeah.
when my beard gets to be a certain length, my beard starts to curl, like the ends start to curl out.
Oh, you got to get a hot. You got to get a hot. You got to flat iron it so it goes straight
I
on you there. But
I do have like a flat iron thing, but I actually do it so it makes it curl more. But yeah, during COVID, I grew my beard out. It was like you guys remember I was a podcast, maybe not, but I was like down to here and it would curl. Like I'd have to straighten it, but it would naturally wants to curl. Like, why does my beard want to do that of all things? Why can't the hair on the top of my head fucking curl? But no, it's gotta be my beard.
Lucas used to have curly hair when he was real little. He had curly hair in the back of his head.
We need to get Pat to redo his facial hair. That's what we need to do. Yeah, you heard me straight. You heard me
Yeah,
correct.
the goatee is kind of out. It's been out for a long time, dude, and I can't grow
We
facial hair,
we
and I know the
we
goatee's been
need
out.
we need
Okay.
you. No, no, no.
It's
We
it's it's
need you.
it's it's this or nothing. You know?
We no. You have no idea how many ladies you will attract if you change your facial hair. We need to we need to start over. Shave.
I don't have the tolerance to grow it in here, and I don't look good with just a mustache. I know that.
Oh no, don't go.
We're not doing a porn
I
stash, Pat. That's all what I'm
no,
asking you to do.
I didn't say
I
porn stash.
hate, and any guy that's just wearing a mustache, you can hate on me all you want, but I hate just the mustache because
It looks good on some dudes, but not
most
all.
guys just wear a big, thick, bushy mustache that reminds me of the '70s style porn stash. Most now, the one thing I will say, shout out to the Hispanic gentlemen out there because they wear a good mustache. Most Hispanic guys that I met, they wear a good mustache because they trim it up on the top, they trim it up on the bottom. It's all nice and shape. A lot of them go to the barber to get it done too. Like they don't even do their own mustache; they'll go to the barber and have their stash and get all trimmed up.
I
They
got a
can
good idea.
they can rock a single mustache all they want with no other facial hair, all they want. My white guys, I'm
I just,
sorry. Stop rocking the 70s mustache or clean that shit up because it looks terrible.
I just
So
had a
Pat,
great, I
what
just had a
what's
great idea. I just had a great idea for what I should do with my facial hair. I'll just do the
yes.
Charlie Chaplin mustache.
Oh, God.
What?
I don't think so.
What's the issue with
Charlie
growing
Chaplin.
hair on your side?
Everybody loves Charlie Chaplin. So if you grow a mustache like Charlie Chaplin, that will endear people to you. That's what some guy in Germany did in the 1930s.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that's.
smack him, Jeremy, so bad right now.
That
What
is a
is
true
wrong
story,
with
though.
growing?
That is why Hitler did that
I
because of
know.
Charlie Chaplin. So
What's wrong with growing your facial hair on the sides here? What's the deal?
it's never looked good when I've done it. Because it looks too thin in some spots, so it looks kind of ridiculous.
I think he's fibbing, Jeremy.
Also, because it makes it more difficult to shave. So I just
If you do it, if you shape it up the proper way, it's not a problem.
See what you do, Pat. I'll get. This is what you do. You grow it out, let it grow in. Go to the barber and have them clean it up for you one time, and then get it done professionally by a barber, and then you'll see how good it looks.
oh dear, is he going to shake his hand again this time, only to attack him tomorrow night?
And then when you go to the barber, it gives you the outline of what you need
Oh,
to do,
shut up!
and then you're good. Just keep
He's
going
not
at
doing
that
it.
section.
Can you put my
Get rid of the sideburns. We'll do like a low taper for your hair. It'll be good.
Do you guys realize there has been blood in every match tonight?
What was that?
There's been blood in every match tonight.
I know.
Put it on the other side, buddy. It's gonna fall out of the sink.
Tiffy got her nose busted. AJ got her lip busted. Punk got either his nose or his lip busted. I think it
Shake your
was his
hand.
nose
You still
because-
can't beat me. You stink. Oh, you want me to show them?
I have no idea what that tattoo on his left arm is of, or what it's fucking supposed to be. I see the red parts of face, but I don't understand any of the other stuff around it.
So
Now it needs
Lucas,
to go back to being the demon or something.
Lucas at the Harlem Wizards game they do like multiple signing sessions,
Yeah.
and he got them to sign his arm sleeve.
Oh, dope. That's cool. Good for him.
His arm sleeve.
It's good stuff.
And then he also got a Harlem Wizards headband. I was like, sweet headband, dude. Daddy can rock that sucker now. Because Daddy rocks the headbands when he goes to play basketball because the sweat just goes in my eyeballs. It burns. It burns.
I was gonna say, he's taking it off of you really quick.
Doesn't want
That's
me to
what
stretch
happens
it out
when
with
you
my
have
giant
no hair
head.
to protect you.
Yeah, no. And that's ever since I started shaving my head down like that, I had to start wearing headbands. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, I had to wear headbands because it was just like in my eyes, like immediately.
Oh, I just noticed AJ came out.
Yeah, she did. She's kind of tiny. It's easy to miss her.
Our conversation was so riveting, Joe stopped paying attention.
So we are 2 hours into this PLE and we have 3 matches done and 1 left.
Wow.
And we have a
One
box
match.
reveal.
And we also got to deal with whatever's going on with the crate. So
Yeah, the box
I
reveal.
know what's in the box.
I'm expecting Roman to beat Punk at Mania.
I am too.
I mean, I don't have a preference. Like, I'm not going to be mad if Punk loses.
Okay, I'm a little confused by Michael Chandler's children.
They're adopted.
I was going to say they got to be adopted.
Yes,
Unless,
he got a lot.
unless those two kids were from a previous person and his wife
He
is-
also got a lot of heat for adopting those 2 kids from certain parties.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure
And
it was that. Why did you
it's-
adopt black children? Why not adopt white children?
And
Why does it matter?
And you know what? And Chandler's not like that. He's a pretty religious dude. But at the same point, like, who fucking cares if the kids are black, white, Puerto Rican, or Haitian? Dude, you're fucking adopting kids that have had a shitty life or and have been living in foster care or the system. I fucking
I think
hate-
she was hoping Oscar didn't fart in that situation. Oscar, don't fart right now. I got my head right near your butthole.
Raquel's like, don't queef on me, goddamn you.
What's up, buddy? Don't. He almost tripped over the cords.
Leave your
Like looking at
queefing
me trying not to
yourself.
laugh because I said about a girl farting in somebody's face. Because because farts are funny. Hey, they never get old.
Well, yep, George
A lot
Carlin
of
said
times
that
they
many
don't.
years ago.
Um, but yeah, does it? I'll never understand the people that get upset. Like, I get it. I understand. I definitely, he
Like, who
hopefully he
cares?
has people in his life that can help his kids, or he takes his kids to like certain types of barbers and stuff like that because they do have different hair. Like they're gonna need a different type of barber, or
Yeah, he'll be
like.
like
But
those
other than
kids.
that, a loving parent is a loving parent.
Those kids will have a good life. He's a UFC fighter. He's made a lot of money. He has other business ventures. They'll grow up the right way. I mean,
Like,
zero issues.
did either of you ever watch the Colin Kaepernick thing that was put out quite a couple years ago now?
No, I
No, I
never.
haven't.
I would say watch it.
I'm hesitant on it because I've heard a lot of weird shit about it.
It was it was interesting because
So,
essentially he makes his parents, well, his adoptive parents, I should say, his
so,
adoptive parents.
so, I'm sorry, real quick. So Backlash is 3 weeks after WrestleMania.
Yes, a little too soon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the attendance for tonight. Fantastic.
Well, at least they're
19,346.
telling us the attendance and not how much the gate was.
What's up, dude? Oh, you want to show him? Gotta show. Okay, he wants. Got to show
What
you
else
one
you
other
got?
thing here. Oh,
Oh, his
gotta
little
get it.
medal. His medal for his championship.
Yeah,
That's
his medal
cool.
for his championship
Oh,
Oh, I
for
like
the
cool.
that. That's a
championship
nice
game.
one.
Real
Yep.
nice.
What does it say on the back?
That's
It
a good
says
one.
2026 Rising Stars.
All right. How about that?
That's
Good
You
good
remember
job.
stuff.
Tim Hurd, right, Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah, he runs that entire Rising Stars league.
Oh,
Oh,
here we
that's
go.
Oh,
They're opening the crate.
fantastic.
don't say nothing because you guys are ahead of me.
I'm not saying anything. I will say nothing.
It's the Kamala casket from Survivor Series
I'll
1992.
just ooh or ah. Okay, that's all I'm gonna do. Ooh and ah.
It's Danhausen. It's a fucking casket.
Very nice, very evil.
Or it's the Undertaker going to announce the next Hall of Famer.
Uh, boy, how was he in there the whole time? We saw him on Monday night.
Maybe it's Uncle Howdy again.
Yep, yep. Oh my God.
Well, they didn't leave it to anybody's imagination, and the fact that the back of the box is hollow was not real.
Oh my God.
Why do
This
we get to? Why do we have
fucking
Dan Housing? I don't like him.
Jesus Christ. This is oh
What a
my God.
terrible intro for him to come out to.
Do you want to know what's funny? Danhausen can actually fucking wrestle. That's the crazy part.
This is something Vince would have done.
That is so true.
Welcome in our next comic book character, Dan Housing, the fake vampire man.
Let's give him 8 women dressed up like him. Oh my God, this is fucking ridiculous. All right,
Out of all the free agents you could have picked, you picked Dan.
I gotta check the Cult of Cornet Facebook page to see what people are saying about this right now.
Like, and I agree, Joe. He probably can wrestle, but he's going to be a sideshow. That's what he's going to be. They probably will not give him any legitimate pushes. They're going to make him a sideshow, and they're going to waste any. My guess is they will waste any possibility to do anything good with him.
Yes, because Danhausen will replace R-Truth.
Yeah. Yep. Because they didn't do anything in AEW with him. I feel like
Well,
he was.
he for a little bit he was, and then he got injured, and then they just kind of just
And
whatever
then
they
they
were
just
doing
like
with him, they
stopped
just
booking him.
stopped.
I think he even said that they weren't calling him or anything like that. So like I think he got annoyed with them and he like basically wanted out.
Oh,
So
lights went out and he's gone. Disappeared. That's a good question, Michael Cole. What the hell was that?
I mean, like, look, there is a place for comedy, and like you said, yeah, our truth is up there, So
But R-Truth didn't start his career like that.
no, he
Like
didn't.
it, like his his career evolved into that when they realized, okay, we can keep our truth around. He can do good for the company. He can help guys in the back, but we want to put him on TV. How can we put him on TV? Well, this is how we can put him on TV. And our truth was like, sure, because he got to do all the other stuff that made him actually worthwhile to the company, and once in a while be a laughing stock on TV. But the crowd loved it. I don't like they're gonna start Dan. I feel like they're gonna start Dan housing like that, and he'll never be more than that. I hope that's not the case. Like I said, like Joe, you said, of all the free agents that are out there, why'd you go after Dan housing?
Yeah, what's the allure to Danhausen? I'm a bit confused.
I
But as soon
can't
as you
really.
said there's a coffin, you knew it was you knew
Yeah.
exactly who it was.
Like
I
the rumors have been Danhausen, but I was like, okay, maybe it might not be him and it might be something different.
I didn't have the volume up enough because I'm also trying to pay more attention to you guys and everything. But people on the Cult of Cornet Facebook page who are like posting in like the open thread for this event are saying that the crowd was not enamored of that.
No, they didn't really do much
No.
of anything. There was not like
Yeah.
a huge pop for him. There wasn't booze. It was just kind of like, oh, it's Dan Housing. Okay.
I mean, again,
Danhausen is kind of like that guy who has like a
like,
specific cult following. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like,
I can see that with his character.
but like
like
the mainstream like wrestling fan really doesn't know who this guy is.
Yeah. I only know him because he was on AEW and I saw him in a couple AEW matches. That's the only reason I know who he is, or I would have no clue.
One thing
he seems like he's a funny guy and everything, and
yeah,
he seems like he pretty much knows like what his role is to to say and everything. But it's like, yeah, having all like the dancing women and everything. It's like, it's like, again, he turned into like an Austin Powers skit. So it's like there's
I
not
feel
he,
like
but
they're gonna
you know what I
use
mean.
him like they use Mr. Iguana in AAA.
Mm.
That's not great either. That kind of annoys me.
It's a possibility. We'll see.
Also, I just wanted to say this real quick. I mean, they were showing like the
Yeah.
various like 2K26 covers there,
Hmm.
um, a minute or two ago before the crate segment there.
Yeah.
So you got the one that was like it's like WWF versus WCW. So for the WWF, you got, was it like Austin, Rock, Undertaker, Triple H, Angle, China, which nice that they're putting China on the cover. And then the WCW, it's Hogan, Nash, Hall, Goldberg, Booker T, Bischoff.
WWE guys.
Seems a little unbalanced because because they decided to throw Bischoff on there with the WCW guys, and because let's face it, I'm not trying to be overly critical of the guy, but Booker T wasn't a big deal until, I mean, he was always there, of course, but he wasn't a main eventer until the last year that WCW existed,
Right. Why
unfortunately.
not throw Sting on there?
Well, because he's
I
still
know why
associated
they didn't
with
throw Sting on
AEW,
there.
so that's why they couldn't put Sting on there. They never want to put Savage on anything, so they were going to put Savage. But I'm like, couldn't you come up with two better people? I mean, like, uh, couldn't you put Scott Steiner on there? You know, I think he would have been a better choice on there than Bischoff at the very least. Um,
You know what's funny? Thinking
Maybe you
about
should have
Scott
put the
Steiner.
Giant on there, but people say, "Oh, he's Big Show." So I just feel like maybe you could have had two better choices than Booker T and Bischoff, and that's no disrespect to either one of those guys. I just,
Well, I understand
Talking of
Bischoff because of the significance.
yeah, but they're
talking
not.
about
They
Scott.
didn't put Vince on the for the WWF. I mean, that's what the
Well, they're
equivalent
not going to
there
do
is.
That's
that.
because
You
they
know
put
why
China
they're
on
not going
there.
to do that.
Well, it's because they're not going to put Vince on anything either. So
Yeah. So talking about Scott Steiner, I came across, and I don't know where the interview was, but it was a WCW interview, and it was the first time that they did math with Scott Steiner, and he did his multiplication that made no damn sense.
yeah, that was I think sometime in early 2001. Well, of course, it was early 2001 because the company shut down in March. But yeah, I do remember that because again, going through the Reliving the War series, which just ended a week or two ago. So that wasn't that long ago, but I don't remember the exact details. But yeah, I do remember the guy even saying like, "We got our first Steiner math promo."
I was I was like, oh shit! It wasn't the original. Is not the TNA. It is a
Yeah.
WCW product. I was like, this
Well,
is great. He
you
never
got to
did math.
workshop the stuff.
Yeah. So he took what he did in that promo and then elaborated on it and made it even crazier with the numbers, which means he's got a 33 third percent and the math and ain't math in there, brother. It's great. I love the fact that he like as a promo. I feel like maybe Scott Steiner was a little underrated. Thinking about promo guys.
Steiner, he always had great intensity, great energy. The problem was is that he wasn't one, I think, to be able to memorize a script, nor should he have. But I think what would happen is that he would just be like, I'm going to say this as loud and everything as I can. That he'd start like legit stumbling over his words. Like he couldn't he wasn't like he didn't have great coherence. I guess is the best way to put
No,
it.
Only
and
nine
that's what
days
made his
away.
promos so
So
good because they were so much off the cuff and he couldn't remember like certain things he needed to say or the way that he wanted to say them. It made his promos better because they were him, like they were legit who he was, like
Yeah,
intense, hyper, unfocused, like that's what made him him because when he was talking about his freaks and he's like the big pop, it was like he started to say one thing and he's like you could see his brain like skip like a record skipping. He's like, okay, that, and then he started talking about something else. I'm like, this is awesome. This promo is great.
yeah. Well, and think about it too. It's like as much as he could stumble over what he was saying in his promos, at least he never had a moment like Sid did.
I don't know. I must have missed that.
Sid was cutting a promo on the Outsiders one time. This would have
Oh
been like
no.
'99, and he was like, "You are half the man that I am, and I have half the brain that you do."
I did actually. I do remember seeing that promo because they were goofing. It was a goof on it. Um,
Yeah,
you
and
know
the
what's
thing was
crazy
is
is
that I think he was legit. I think Sid was legit pissed at Hall and Nash at the time. And Hall and Nash were happy to make fun of him. There was some tension going on between them. So yeah.
so. Here's something crazy that I didn't realize. I saw the. I've always seen, and not to gross anybody out, but I've seen the Sid Vicious leg incident.
sure.
Okay, I didn't know that they finished that match. I cannot
Okay.
believe
So
that they went.
because I watched that show within the last couple of months. And one thing that I didn't realize either, because I didn't watch that show live, I was in college, so I was out in Indiana. I knew about what happened because the internet obviously still existed. Um, you didn't see it live on the pay-per-view telecast. Like when it happened, they had cut to the back because there was this whole mystery man thing, which turned out to be Animal during that match. So you didn't actually see it happen live on pay-per-view. They showed it the next night on Nitro. And why they showed it the next night on Nitro, I have no fucking idea. Because it was just it was quickly going around. I mean, it went as viral as something could go viral back in 2001.
Yeah,
Um, and so like, people at school at Notre Dame saw it, and like one guy had it up on his computer, and like, I knew what had happened, but I hadn't seen it. So I was like, okay, let me see it. And I saw it, and I never, ever, ever want to see it again. It's like, so like when I was watching like the next night's Nitro was part of, for the Reliving the War episode, when it got to that point where they were showing it, I just went like, I seriously turned my head away from my phone until I knew it was over.
yeah.
But yeah, it is sick. But so yeah, what happened was it happens. They cut back to the ring. You see him laying down, and the announcers are like,
I think he really broke his leg. Yeah, his foot's laying the different direction than the rest of his leg. He definitely broke
Yeah.
his leg. And why are we
Yeah, it's
continuing this
pretty
match?
much
so.
bugged.
So the whole problem was the build up to that match would have been that Flair was the CEO of WCW. Oh yeah, they couldn't put Flair on the cover of that game either because he's still somewhat associated with AEW, I think, because obviously
Yeah,
Flair should be. Um, so like Flair was trying to screw over Steiner, who was the champion. That was like what the whole thought process was. And it turns out it was all a big swerve, and Russo wasn't booking this shit. That Animal was this mystery man who had been attacking Steiner in previous weeks, but he was coming to help him out and everything because it was the match was a four corners match. It was Steiner versus Sid versus Jarrett, who was friends with Steiner, versus the mystery man, and so Sid fucking fucks up his leg, and they're waiting for Animal to come down to do the finish. And Steiner and Jarrett see what's happened, but they're still like, well, we got to do the finish. So they did like Steiner does like a couple like moves to sit on the ground, not to his leg, which even that was like kind of like ridiculous. And then I think Steiner just realized we got to get him the fuck out of the ring. And so he just pinned him, and Animal came down right at the very end. And it's like the pay-per-view cut very quickly. And so they had to do this backstage segment then, which they show the next night on Nitro to show that it was a ploy by Flair all along, and it was the beginning of his Magnificent Seven stable with
Mhm.
Steiner, Jarrett, Animal, Luger, Bagwell, and then Rick Steiner after he aligned with them too. So, and that kind of lasted through the end of the company. There was never a resolution to that wherever it was
Yeah.
going. So,
It was just like I get it. The show must go on, but it's
well,
just like
again, yeah,
the
it wasn't even so
dude
much
is
that the show
laying
was
there
fun.
with his leg.
It was like, oh, we got to do this whole big swerve with Animal and Flair, and they're not in the ring yet.
Right, and the guy that was getting swerved was down on the canvas with
the
a
guy,
broken leg.
the guy was Kansas, his leg fucking snapped.
like, like put the X up, get the medics out there, and get this guy out of the ring. Forget about the swerve.
Like
Figure it out later.
other than instances where guys have legit, unfortunately, died in the ring, I can't think of a time where an injury so dramatically changed the outcome of it. Because like remember when Triple H tore his quad in that tag match where it was him and Austin against Jericho and Benoit. Triple H finished the fucking match somehow with a torn quad.
Yeah, I don't know how he did that. I remember the
Well,
craziest one ever.
the roids probably helped.
Yeah, the
Roids had nothing to do with it.
craziest injury ever was when Vince went in the ring, slid in the ring, and blew both his quads out,
Oh,
and they couldn't do anything but sit in the corner.
the end of the 2005 Royal Rumble. And the funny thing
Like,
was,
oh my god, dude.
what was really funny about that too, the 2005 Royal Rumble match, is that's when they were really trying to emphasize the Raw versus SmackDown of it all again.
Yep.
So earlier in that match, in the early parts of that Royal Rumble match, Bischoff and Teddy Long, who were the GMs for both shows, came out to ringside and were just like cheering along their guys and everything for like 5 minutes. Then they left and they went to the back. And then apparently both guys left the arena. So
Nice.
that's why Vince came out at the end of the Rumble match when the finish got fucked up, because they weren't supposed to do that tie ending between Batista and Cena. Batista was supposed to eliminate Cena, but Batista slipped and fell to the floor. So because Bischoff and Long were gone, Vince had to go out and do it. That's one of the other reasons why Vince looked so pissed when he's coming down to the ring, because he wasn't supposed to do that. That was one of his times where he wasn't really on camera. So he was pissed that he was doing it because I think he had been, because that was the other thing. It took a few minutes before Vince came out because I think Vince was like, where are Bischoff and Long? And everybody was like, well, they're not here.
Yeah,
So
how do
they
they
changed,
how do they leave in
they
the middle
changed
of a
yeah, they changed the rule. I'm sorry, I keep it going. They changed the rules after that, where it was like, if you're even just like backstage talent, essentially, or like the GMs, you cannot leave until the show is over, just in case something gets fucked up again, ever. So yeah, I'm sorry, I kept
Yeah, well, and that was my question. Like, why would they leave? Like, you should be there for the whole show, regardless if you're involved in it or not. Like, that's like
because they
management leaving and saying, "We're out. Management's done
because
for the night. You
because
guys
it
run
was
the show."
because it was the last match of the night, so they didn't have to do any more backstage segments. So there was
They
no
allowed it
need
back then
that
too.
there was no need for them to be there anymore. So it's like, all right, we're gonna beat the traffic back to the hotel. So, but yeah, it does seem kind of like, well, why would you ever let somebody leave before the show is over? You know,
Oh,
but
so
yeah,
I text Pat this. I don't think I sent this in the group chat, but you know how the Vision keeps like losing members. So we're down to what are we down to? Two guys now?
Logan in theory, yeah.
Yeah. So Killer
Oh,
Cross.
Bronson Reed left.
Oh,
No, he got injured.
oh,
He has a
you didn't know
bicep
what happened on
injury.
Monday night?
Oh, I didn't know he got injured.
Yeah, Monday
There
night.
was a triple threat qualifying match for this match. It was him,
Yep.
Jey Uso, and I don't remember who the third person was. Oh, El Grande Americano. Reed legit tore his bicep during the match.
Yep.
ew, that's always gross because then you see his arm like he's got the big bubble up here and the rest of his arm like looks skinny.
And he
Weird.
was and he was supposed to win the match.
Yep. And
Well,
that's why
and
Jay won. But then they just
Climbed
did an
climbed
angle last night where Jay got taken out, and then Fatu, Jacob, and Logan had a match, and Logan ended up winning.
Yeah, because
of course
Bronson
it
was
did.
supposed to be in this match,
Yeah, to
not
take.
Logan.
Yeah.
Um,
Because Jay had to win the
is
match because Bronson was hurt.
is Braun Breaker hurt too? Is that the whole deal with him, or is he
He
Oh
had
just?
yeah,
to have
he's
surgery for a hernia.
yeah.
Oh,
So there's
fantastic.
questions about if he'll be ready for WrestleMania or not too, because they were obviously going to be building to a Seth versus Breaker match.
Yeah.
So the reason I bring this up is because 2 days after Braun hurt himself, Killer Cross, aka Karrion Cross, was doing an interview with a wrestling podcast guy. And as he was recording doing the podcast, he got a text message from Heyman.
Mm.
Yep. So we'll see if Killer Karrion Cross shows up at some point from now till Mania.
I mean, I wouldn't
And
really
we
be
still haven't
opposed to
figured out
that.
who the new masked man is yet, right? They haven't
So
revealed
they
it.
did
Well,
that
okay,
last night where they unmasked him and it was just some normal random dude,
who
and
nobody knew who it was.
no
Like
one
they
knew
didn't
who it
give the guy.
was.
They weren't like, oh, that's so and so. It's like, who's that? Because he
Oh,
was
so it
trying to
wasn't the
cost
real
Logan.
guy.
He was trying to cost Logan Paul the match against Fatu, but it's pretty obviously going to be some kind of a ploy.
It was a ploy. It's
Yeah.
not. I don't know who the guy was because I didn't see the segment, but
I didn't recognize him. I don't even think he's a guy who's NXT. He might be a guy who's in developmental, but he's a guy who I don't think has even been on TV before, probably.
Yeah. So they
Like,
that's not going to be the real guy. That's
well, of
just
course
the
not.
the
Of
guy
course
that
not.
was.
The question is if a masked man will show up during this match. Now, I don't know if you saw when Logan Paul was coming out. I think it was the same guy who had the sign about Luger and Tatanka had a sign that said "Climb the cage like Bulldog" at SummerSlam '94.
Ooh, don't do that. um. So I had to laugh. So when they're introduced, they like to do introductions for the Wizards guys, and of course, the first guy that they call out, the first guy that they introduce, they're like coming in at 6'7". Guess what all the kids do?
6'7", 6'7".
Yeah, I wonder what all the kids were doing.
Ridiculous.
I had to laugh because I knew it was coming. As soon as I heard him say how tall he was, I was like, here it comes.
A person had a sign that said, "I hear voices too." I recommend seeking psychiatric.
Yeah, we might seek some help for that.
Yeah. Okay, so Jeremy, you weren't here for this, but I
Oh,
was talking to Joe about this when the women's match was, and then my issue was, on one hand, I like that there's different people in these matches.
right.
But the other problem is then it makes it easy to tell who's going to win this match. Like for the women's match, it was Rhea versus Tiffany versus Raquel versus Asuka versus Alexa versus Kiana James. And I said, the only people who have any chance of winning this match are Rhea, Tiffany, and Raquel. And I said, and it's almost undoubtedly going to be either Rhea or Tiffany. And I was basically proven right because Rhea, Tiffany, and Raquel were the last three in the ring, and then Rhea and Tiffany were the last two in the ring.
Yes.
With this match, Trick Williams has no chance of winning this match.
No.
Javon Evans has no chance of winning this match.
No.
Nope.
Logan Paul has no chance of winning this match.
Nope.
Nope.
LA Knight has little chance of winning this match.
3%. He's a 3%
15%
chancer.
Randy Orton has slightly more than little chance of winning this match.
30% chance.
This match is like almost definitely going to be won by Cody.
Yeah. And I'm sorry.
And I'm sorry. AJ and I have long talked about how predictable doesn't always mean bad or uninteresting, but when it's so predictable.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they've been so predictable lately.
Yeah. Like, and I'm just gonna say this. I'm over Cody. Like I'm kind of done with the whole Cody experiment. Like it's run its course.
I'm still fine with Cody as a whole. but I can't quite figure out what it is that they're doing with Cody right now because he's been acting
It's
a
the
little
whole
more heel.
booking aspect has been shit for him.
He's been acting a little more heelish lately, but at the same time, I can't see them ever actually turning him heel right now because he's still getting good crowd responses. I know there's people online who don't seem to like him, but the crowd still respond to him pretty well. At least that's the impression I keep getting. Um,
Well, they love his song.
I'm
well,
just over the fact
I
like
think that's part of it. Yeah.
since they have not booked him very well since he, finished his story,
Yeah,
that's the part that's kind of like been down for me with him.
right. He had good matches with like Styles, with like Balor, with a
Yeah, I
couple
mean his
other
wrestling
guys.
matches have been good.
Right.
The whole
But
storyline with him has been shit.
right. The only time he ever really had a good story was with Drew, and unfortunately that's gotten stale now, but they're going to be running it back on some level here again, where they ended up turning this into
Get it
like
in the damn cage or get it in your pod. Pod people get in
whether
your
they end up
pods.
turning this into somehow into a triple threat of Drew versus Cody versus Fatu or something else.
I
It's
think it's
still
his
Drew and
wife.
Cody fundamentally, so and I like both of those guys, but again, it's just kind of run its course. It's like this is why it's like I saw something this morning that said they still don't have like any date in mind for like a draft or anything this year. I feel like it's time they need to though. I feel like it's time they need to shake these rosters up.
Yeah, they do. I'm just glad they actually gave Javon and Trick an opportunity to be in this
Yeah,
No, I
match.
mean,
showcase
yeah,
their talents. They
again,
got to do that.
I like that they're trying to feature new guys, especially, I hate to say this because, um of how much talk there is about Triple H not pushing, black males and everything, but it is nice to see two African American guys in this match. And it obviously seems like they're going to push over Femi. So another guy AJ doesn't like, which I don't know. I don't watch NXT, so I have no opinion on him yet. I mean, he certainly looks great. So, but the problem again
Javon's
is like, yeah,
awesome.
Javon and Trick are still so new in the main roster that they have absolutely no chance in hell of winning this match. I think they can both be guys who can be main eventers, in a couple years because they're going to need new main eventers before too long.
Yeah. I
Cena's
just
retired, Styles is retired, Roman's old, Seth's getting up there, Punk's old.
I also think Obafemi is going to be the one who challenges Brock for his WrestleMania match.
Yeah,
so
Oba has to win that match then too.
so
He
my thing
has
with
to
this
win that
particular
match.
match is you got to put at least you're going to put at least two people in here that you know have no chance of winning, but you can showcase their talent. You can get the crowd to get the audience to know who they are and what they can do.
Yeah.
Speaking of
But you should at least
6'7",
have the other people that are in it because this is what 6 people in this match.
Yep.
The way they
Mhm.
do it, yeah. Have the other 4 people be legitimate people that, hey, this person can win because if he wins, they can do this storyline, or if this person wins, they can do this. Like you said, they make it too obvious that one person is going to be the winner, or maybe a second person could possibly win, but it's kind of far fetched. Like
Yeah. Well, I mean,
they're just
so
not building storylines like they used to.
right, and that's the thing. Like, and like Drew's a heel, so the chances of a heel winning this match are pretty much nil. So that takes out Logan, that takes out Trick. You know, the other four guys are faces right now
Yeah,
because
and I don't know if I really like in this day and age, I don't know if I really like Trick's slogan "Whoop that trick." I don't
I
know if
like it.
that. I'm not saying I like it from a standpoint. I think it's a unique saying, but in this day and age, knowing what a trick is referring to, I don't know if that's the most best thing that you should be putting on a TVMA or whatever the hell
But
rating this
the,
is.
the thing about
well, I
it is
mean,
the fans go crazy and sing
Yes, they
along.
do.
I mean, at
Which
least
means my guess is that half the audience doesn't know what a trick is
Probably not.
or
well,
what
I
turning a
would
trick is.
it reminds me of a Chappelle show joke. Where he was doing like the Lil Jon impressions, and he was always like going, skate, 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 and then like he was doing like the segment like in front of like the live audience, like as he did
Yeah,
in Chappelle Show. And he's like, you know what the best part about that is? White people don't know what it means yet.
they are going to freak out when they
He's like,
finally
they're
figure
gonna freak out. They're gonna be like, my God, what have we done?
it
It's like his white
out.
person voice and everything.
It's just, and it's true because when that song first came out, the Little John and the East Side Boys put that song out, and they did that. I
The
didn't
ref's
know what
like,
it meant.
okay, Javon, get in the ring now.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I
Cody's
didn't know
gonna
what
have a
it
5 minute
actually
entrance
meant.
here too. Yeah.
But what did I find out? Maybe like a month after that
He's having
song
fun.
came out, I found out what it meant. I was like, oh, that's funny. I was like, that's awesome.
Javon's just trying to have some fun. This is his first.
Can I admit something about that?
Yes.
I don't know 100% what that means. I'm like pretty sure I know what it means, but I've never like
Are you sure?
confirmed
Are
it.
you sure? Are you messing with me right now?
No.
It's if it's oh God, how do I say this on the air without being completely disgusting?
There is
Um,
no way.
all right, take your water and spray it all over the place, but not water.
Yeah, okay. Well, so that's what
It's
I was pretty sure it meant,
yep,
but
that's
Who's blowing
exactly
the?
what it was.
I had just
Why are
never
we blowing loads?
100%
What's going
confirmed
on?
it.
You know who has the best commercials on TikTok right now? And I know you guys don't watch TikTok, but it's a beard and oil um, company. And I don't know, I never pay attention to what the beard and oil company is, but it's like the
You
president.
don't know who the
I
company
don't
is.
know who it is because the skits are so good. They're so good. Like he comes out and he always has a saying, which is so like the last one. He's like, "We need to give Jen a golden shower," and that's exactly the look. Like, and the people in the office are like, "I don't think that's what you mean." He's like, no, it's got to be a golden shower. It's going to be terrific. She needs to be, we need to drop loads of golden shower on top of her. And I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome. And then they finally figure it out. They're like, you mean a baby shower? Yes, it's got to be golden because it's a baby shower. And then like the HR person comes over and tells him, he's like, good Lord, why didn't anybody tell me that's what that means? And they're
I thought
awesome.
you were going to say something like the HR person came over and was like, okay, you need to go home now.
If Cody's winning this is interesting that he's starting the match.
Yeah.
Well, they got to
So
make
yeah,
him look as
they're
heroic as possible or something, you know. So
yeah, the one was about dropping like blowing a load on somebody, the golden shower. Um
This is all
there
for a
was
it's
beard
just
commercial.
yeah, it's for a beard and oil tree like beard company that specializes in beard products. All right, I'm gonna go look it up now.
oh
'Cause
god.
I'm not gonna play one, but I'm gonna go find it.
I can't tell these two guys apart in the ring right now. They're both wearing gold-colored pants.
Oh, I know, so difficult.
I mean, they're completely indistinguishable besides though, so
I mean, one has black hair, one has blonde hair. I mean, that's I
are
don't
you
know,
sure about that? I don't know.
black with red highlights, and the other one's blonde.
Oh, you just did the Goldust move. Talk about a guy who needs to come back to WWE if just for a Hall of Fame induction.
Cody Rhodes.
As much as the guy's kind of annoyed me with some of the stuff he said online in recent months.
You talking about Dustin?
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to what he does.
He's posted a lot of anti-trans stuff when he has a trans stepchild.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's what I can't. That's what's annoying me about it, because it's like you literally deal with the issue up close and personal, and you're saying it's like, what does your stepchild think of you?
Very true.
It was I was listening to Cornette's most recent episode earlier today, and he was reviewing Raw from this past Monday night on it. He had so many good things to say about Javon Evans, and it's funny because Javon
It's
Evans would
called
almost be the kind of would superficially would almost seem to be the kind of guy that Cornette can't stand, but he was saying about how he gets it. It's like, yes, he does all these like high flying stuff, but he knows what he's doing when he does them. He knows why he's doing, so it's like it's nice to see there are people that are up and coming that he does take a shine to because
Yeah, I
obviously
mean,
there's some,
Javon's definitely should be one of them.
yeah.
Does
Yeah,
Logan Paul literally have a fucking Sharpie in his hand?
I
Probably.
didn't see.
Um, the name of the
Wonder what's
company is called The Polished Gentleman, and the ones that
Polished gentleman. Okay.
yes, and they've been the ones that have been hilarious recently that they've been doing is when you get the wrong saying or the saying wrong. So all right.
You know what I always
What
wondered?
do you guys have, Cody, and just the initial two guys in there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
let me ask you guys.
Cody throwing him off the ropes
Uh,
and pinning him.
I'm getting to that point now.
Okay,
I
so
think I
I'm
might
still a
be
little
ahead of
ahead
both of you guys again.
because it paused when I wasn't sure if it went back to completely live. So I'm a
I'm
little ahead
gonna
of you, but a
pa-
little bit behind Pat. Okay.
I'm gonna pause real quickly because yeah,
Well,
I
Jeremy,
want.
look, the polished gentleman has, hair growing, beard growing.
Shut up.
I'm on their website,
I
bro.
know I'm not.
Shop our growth kit. There you go, bro. That's right there.
All right, I
Does
have
it
a
Same
have
with you,
question.
Pat.
minoxidil?
Same
Does
thing
it
for
have
your
minoxidil in
sides.
it? I'll have to go onto the Polished Gentleman's website. But
I
yeah,
have.
you could probably find their stuff on like um, Instagram and stuff too. I'm sure it's there.
Okay, so I'm seeing like the ads. It's up on the graphic for the countdown here, but I'm also seeing around the ring for like the Wheatley American vodka, which of course I know Cody
I'm
loves.
at 10 seconds for the next person coming in.
Oh, I'm at
I'm
zero.
at one.
It's okay.
Okay,
Anyway,
I should be right up with you because Trick's just getting out of his tube now.
all right,
Oh,
let
they're
me
bringing
pause again.
Trick out next. That's interesting.
Yeah. Well, they need to get a heel in there.
I mean, interesting heel to pick.
Well, they only got two, so um,
Well, they could have put Logan in.
well, yeah, but
I think these two are going to wrestle at Mania. This is going to be a match with these two guys.
that could be. Um, anyway, I'm trying to say, so those Wheatley American vodka ads with Cody, we see them all the time during WWE telecasts. Have you ever seen one outside of a WWE telecast?
One time.
Okay, because I don't recall, but I may have and just not remembered. Because it's like I know that there's also been like those TurboTax ads recently, which have some people like Tiffany, I think, and some other people were in it. I'm sure those don't get aired outside of WWE telecasts. So it's like I almost wonder like why they don't bother doing that. It's like because it's like I think it would be nice if those were shown outside of WWE telecast because people would
He
just
legit
see them.
backhanded him. Holy
Well,
shit.
he whooped that trick,
He gave him a true backhand.
or he smacked that bitch up. I don't know whichever one I want to say.
Whoop that trick. Smack that bitch. I don't know.
Is there anything more white American than me saying he smacked that bitch up?
Yeah, it was pretty white of you there, Pat.
Yes, it was.
And
It's
don't get me
pretty
wrong, we're
Caucasian of
white,
me.
but that was really white.
That wasn't a choke slam, Cole. Jesus Christ. It was like a double rock bottom. I don't know what the fuck you would call that a choke slam. You didn't have either guy by the throat.
Look who's calling.
Yeah, it's Michael Cole. Michael Cole's been calling wrestling since I was a teenager. Now I really feel fucking old. Some smart ass should be saying, yeah, well, Jim Ross has been calling wrestling since you were in grade school.
Can you just say Strix talking?
Yes, I think so. I don't have the volume of the announcers very, very high, so because I'd rather hear you guys than them. So
Are you sure?
Well, we're trying to do a show here and everything. If I'm listening to what they're saying all the time or have the volume turned up, it's going to distract me from.
That's right. You better be fucking listening to us. God damn it. Okay, now I'm done.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
Well, let me tell you something, brother. I'm a guy wearing a Cubs hat. Thank you.
Oh, okay, interesting. I did not expect him to be the next one in.
Two heels and two faces.
Yeah, but I still just kind of thought they'd save him for one of the last two guys.
And they all jump on him.
Hmm? You want me to watch this video?
I'm still
All right.
wondering if there's going to be any kind of shenanigans in this match, like a Fatu appearance or a Masked Man appearance or Logan getting thrown through the pod. Which again would that would have meant more if they hadn't done the spot with Raquel in the women's match. Oh, and we haven't had a Drew appearance either.
Nope.
Well, because even like a thing from like him watching from like the skybox or some shit like that, like they did with Jade, and because they haven't shown him doing that. It makes me think that he's going to get involved in this match, probably to try to screw over Cody. Oh, that was the other thing too. The reason, Jeremy, why Logan was able to beat Fatu last night is because after the Masked Man segment of the match, Drew showed up, hit Fatu with the title belt, and then ducked out of the way so the ref didn't see him. That's how uh, Logan was able to get the pin.
Yes, correct. Yeah, stare at that WrestleMania sign, my man.
I'm waiting for the pyro to go off, Joe. I'm pointing at the WrestleMania sign that's non-existent here.
Where's my pyro, damn it?
Well, how many times have we seen that where like the person wins the match and like they're pointing at the WrestleMania sign and they have to keep pointing until the fucking pyro goes off and the pyro takes forever to go off. Hey, look, there's Logan Paul doing the move better than Hangman Page does, and yes, I will die on that hill.
What do you think of Netflix being outbidded for the WB now? It looks like Paramount's going to get it.
Um, Netflix buying Warner Brothers was going to be terrible. Paramount buying Warner Brothers is probably going to be more terrible.
Yep.
So put it this way, whenever there are big media conglomerate mergers like this, there's always usually a few things that happen. Job loss is a big one, of course.
Oh, always.
Um, but like too much consolidation, and everything. Well, like Ellison, that's the other thing too. I'm one to judge somebody's appearance. I mean, look at me. But you ever look at pictures of David Ellison? Where the fuck are that motherfucker's eyebrows?
I don't know. You're muted, Jeremy.
You're muted, Jeremy. Yeah.
Sorry. My son asked me to watch a video,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I forgot to take myself off of mute. I said, relax on the eyebrow thing. I don't have much of an eyebrow problem. I have
You
an eyebrow
have
problem
or
myself.
go Google a picture of David Ellison and you tell me if you can tell where his eyebrows are. I can tell where your eyebrows are.
Yeah, I know, because they're in the middle. Like my eyebrows are here, but then go away here. Like they're
Right.
very light here, dark here, light here.
With David Ellison, it's impossible to tell where they are at all. And with the goofy kind of configuration of his face as it is, he seriously starts to look like a fucking Cro-Magnon. But he's a fucking billionaire, so what the fuck does he care? Anyway,
Oofa.
Yep, he doesn't.
did you just Google him?
Of course, you said
Yeah,
to, so I did.
yeah. So you see what I mean? I'm not trying to be a dick, but it just kind of comes naturally. Um, But anyway, like he said, I guess that like the combined Paramount Warner Brothers will release like 30 theatrical films a year, and everybody's saying there's no fucking way that's going to happen, and they're pointing to like the Disney Fox merger as evidence of that. And, like they said they were going to release more films, they didn't, you know.
Yeah, they're
So
full of shit with that stuff, man.
so it's
Well,
like the
what?
only so it's like the only kind of movies you're ever going to see from like Paramount and Warner Brothers now that are probably going to be like, you know, all your fucking franchise movies, which is like that's fine. I like franchise movies just fine, but I like to see original movies. Like I went and saw Crime 101 a few weeks ago. It was an original movie, and you know what? I was so happy to be seeing like an original type movie, you know?
Oh, speaking of that, I actually liked the Ben Affleck and um Matt Damon movie, the cop movie they came out with that's on.
The Rip was on
Yeah,
Netflix.
that was a good movie.
Which was funny though, because of the way Damon was then kind of belittling Netflix movies, you know.
But that was a good movie though. That was a
I
legit good
heard
movie.
meh things about it, but I was still like, yeah, you know, I need to check this out at some point. I'm still
No,
trying to watch some of the Oscar movies. The Oscars, you know, are 2 weeks from tomorrow night, and I still have 4 or 5 of the major nominees to watch.
oh
I
God,
watched
Oscars. I can't get into that shit anymore.
well, well,
His dad Larry doesn't have much of an eyebrow game going on either.
okay, well, you know, fuck
That's
them.
an inherited eyebrow problem.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. But
I would say so.
fuck them both, fucking billionaires. Anyway, I watched this
Pause
past
for a
week.
second. Pause for a second. Talking about money, did you guys see? Like, did you guys actually look up? Logan Paul sold that freaking Pokemon card for $16 million,
Yeah, I saw.
That's the kind
and
of shit
legit
that,
too, at an auction to a billionaire.
yeah, that's the kind of shit that just annoys the fuck out of me these
I was
days.
like, I mean, at least it was at an auction. I don't know where the money went, but I was just like, that is nuts.
I don't understand
Like, absolutely nuts.
I don't understand how any card could be worth that much money. I
Well, it
mean,
wasn't just
it's
the
a
card,
nice
it was
sports
also the
card.
case that it was in, because the case was diamond encrusted on a gold chain that he wore at WrestleMania.
Hmm. The card's graded too, I think, as well.
Yeah, it's great. It's a grade 10. It's like a perfect grade.
You asked where that money went. It went straight into Logan Paul's pocket. It didn't go anywhere else.
You know, you think? I don't know if it was a charity auction or not. I
I
just know it was
doubt
sold at
it.
an auction.
No, it wasn't no charity auction. It was an
Eh,
actual auction
I mean,
auction.
if it went to charity, that would have been better. But then, of course, the problem is, you know, you can always have those things where you say, "Oh, this is all going to charity," and then you'll never actually know if it does or not.
I can hear it.
Yeah, I don't think it was a charity one. It was a normal auction.
Yeah. Jeremy told me to pause as I was starting to say something, and now I don't remember what it was I was saying.
Hey, in the
Oh,
Billionaires.
oh, I watched this movie called If I Had
can
Legs,
you
I'd
grab me that
Kick
water
You,
over
which
there too?
starred Rose
The water
Byrne,
bottle.
who was nominated for Best Actress. This was one of the most anxiety-inducing movies I've ever watched in my life. I struggled to get through it because it was legitimately making me feel tight in the chest.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
This woman, she's like an occupational therapist. She has a daughter who you never really see, you just always hear, who has some kind of eating disorder, and she's like drastically underweight for her age, so she has a feeding tube. She's going through like all these treatments and appointments with her daughter to hopefully get the feeding tube out, but her daughter is like not still not like eating properly or like meeting like the weight requirements. Her husband is a ship's captain who's off on a mission. They come back to their apartment in the opening scene, and the ceiling in one room collapses with because of like water coming in, and it's like I'm just where the fuck did all this water come from? The whole ceiling collapsed. So then she's spending all this time at this motel and having issues with that. She's sees a therapist who's played by Conan O'Brien in a straight role. You know, he's not trying to be funny or anything, and he's not very
Oh, that
helpful.
pulverizer did not look good.
Yeah, no, it did not.
That did not look good.
Ah,
She has clients who
yeah,
are
he's feeling it too.
she
Who,
has
Evans
she,
or Logan?
Evans is feeling it.
yeah, she has clients who are like impossible. She has this one client who's like who has like a newborn and is all paranoid about the baby being murdered. And then the woman just walks out of her appointment and leaves the baby there. So she's trying to call the woman's husband, and the husband's like, "Well, you need to bring the kid to me." It's like, "No, I'm calling the cop." It's just like, oh my God, it's one thing after another. It's like I don't know how anybody would be able to survive going through all that shit all at once. So it was, you know, it was a very good performance by Rose Byrne, but like I said, I there's no way I would ever want to watch that movie again.
Knight, get him all the way over on his back. Cody, you're supposed to help him roll onto your back.
Yeah, you're supposed to just flatten out after a point, for Christ's sake.
Jackasses.
Jackass!
That was the one thing with the Happy Gilmore 2 movie that I thought was really dumb, was
What?
having Eminem play that kid's son, that guy's
Well,
son.
yeah, that was part of the thing when I said I watched it. I said there was just too many callbacks. As much as I was thoroughly entertained by it, I'm like, you didn't need to call back. You didn't need to have the callback to Richard Keel's character. You didn't need to have the callback to Joe Flaherty's character. It's like you could have done the movie just fine without those parts of it. I mean, but yeah, it
I
was
mean,
the
yeah.
novelty of like, oh, it's Eminem and he's friends with Adam Sandler, and and then he goes and gets eaten by the alligators, and yeah.
What the hell just happened? That was the weirdest thing that just happened. What the?
I don't really know.
What, Orton's back flop?
Yeah.
He was pulling a Ric Flair, learning from the best.
Oh, okay. That
Could have been bad.
that you have to. Yeah, he probably did might have like jammed his back up a little.
Yeah.
But that
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 could have
would
been a Sid Vicious moment.
that you definitely
Listen,
have to
it's
that
gonna
you
happen on the rope shit like that.
that you definitely kind of have to call a botch.
Well, yeah. Well,
Eh,
because did they make the roof higher? Because I know at one point in time you couldn't really go off the top rope in the cage
Oh
in the
yeah,
elimination
they've
chamber.
definitely made the chamber bigger. Luckily,
Because he went down to the second rope to jump. He went jump from the top rope to the second rope, didn't he? I saw that
yeah.
right? Or was that a mistake that he was supposed to, like he
No, I
slipped
was
down to the second rope?
no, I was supposed to be on the top rope.
like I said, LA Knight had very little chance of winning this match.
See, slips for me, I don't really call botches because those ropes, everyone's on them.
Well, the
A
problem
lot of
is when
sweat
they
on them.
when they're doing it as like a kind of like a signature, one of the performer's signature spots and everything, and you slip it up. I'm not saying again he was like it's his fault, but it's still like a botch. Like, okay, if you want to only call it a botch when it's clearly your performer's fault, then
It's a
okay, I
miss.
get yeah, all
It's a
right.
miss. I mean, it's live. It's gonna happen.
Well, yes, of
I'm not
course.
so hard on botches anymore like I used to be because
I love the eye poke. Thank you, Randy Orton. Old school eye poke.
I mean it's gonna happen.
Logan Paul didn't sell it very well, though. He only sold it for like a half a second. Call it a trick slap? Is that what he calls that? The trick slap?
Ow.
The trick shot? What the hell? Like, why'd he ass flop on that? There's some weird things that have been happening in this match. Like the way they're taking some of these bumps. Oh my god! And the ref almost got a ref bump without trying to get a ref bump.
I mean, hey, it's
Because Logan's eliminated everybody so far, right?
Yes, he has 3 eliminations now.
it's what happens when you have chaos like this.
Oh
Nothing's
yeah.
ever gonna go fluid.
I know
I don't
Logan
expect it
Paul
to be
is.
fluid, but that like just the like last 2 minutes have been like uh kind of odd. Like some of the things that have happened. Yes, sir.
I know
Another video.
Logan Paul is a giant asshole in real life, but goddamn if he isn't really good at being a heel wrestler.
He takes it serious, and that's all I want from him.
Yeah, that's one reason I've always liked what he's done is oh yeah, here we go. There's no way to get in from the top of the chamber though, is there?
Yes, there is.
There is?
I think so.
Oh, I didn't think there was.
Or if it's covered, it might be covered.
I thought there was like a covering at the top.
Yeah, it might be. Now, just because they're dragging this person out doesn't mean another person's not going to come.
Exactly. That's not the same guy as last night, but that's another like nobody knows who that guy is guy.
Oh, of course, and I missed it. Lucas was showing me another video with monkeys and gorillas.
Some
You didn't
blonde
miss
haired dude with
anything.
long hair.
You didn't
Okay.
miss anything.
All right. Trick Williams is dead.
I'm gonna say Trick's really selling.
Oh my god, it hurts so bad. It feels like my intestines are coming out my butthole.
That's called. Oh,
Told you.
this could be Rollins.
Nah, too small.
No, I was gonna say I don't
I
think
mean,
he's
too
tall
big, I
enough.
should say. Comes a curb stomp, though.
If that's not Rollins, he's at least somewhat moving like Rollins, and I don't just mean the moves that he did. He did like he's kind of moving the way Rollins moves.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, wait a minute. Uh-oh.
Don't tell me if it's because
I
you
won't
might
say
be ahead of
anything.
me.
Don't nobody say anything until we're definitely there.
I had a feeling they were going to do this.
Good call. I thought it was too. I thought the guy was too big for Rollins. Rollins, maybe he was really pumping the iron on his rehab.
No, I thought he actually looked too small to be Rollins, like too like height wise.
I said this before, 2 years in a row. Rollins is going to come out and do a curb stomp. That's going to help somebody pin somebody.
Well, this wasn't so much about helping Cody as it was just about screwing over Heyman because let's
Well,
face
yeah,
it,
I know,
Logan
but
wasn't even with Division when Rollins got hurt. So this is a sign then that they don't think Breaker's going to be ready for WrestleMania. So you're going to see Seth versus Logan at WrestleMania, I think now.
this is 2 years in a row
I
where
am the Vision.
he's curb stomped somebody to then them getting pinned.
Bravo, Seth. Bravo.
Interesting that these are the last two in. Well,
And
Oh
he
more
yeah,
did
than
need
interesting.
we got the legacy guys back in here. Unfortunately, Ted DiBiase Jr. is both fat and in trouble with the law, so
Yeah, he's had some problems.
of his
and
own making, and he
we
deserves
closing
to
the
go to
Yes.
door
jail
yet?
for that shit.
No, they're gonna leave it open so Paul Heyman can come down and do something.
And I was going to say, yeah, they haven't reclosed it, have they? Well, now you know Drew's going to show up, or
Yep.
Fatu, or
And
both.
there's
Yep.
Drew. Would have been better if he came in and kicked his face off. Oh, never mind. He's gonna do that now.
And the
Oh,
question
he
is, will
missed.
Fatu make an appearance now too?
Here comes the
A
shenanigans.
Glasgow kiss. I like that. I forgot that that's what he calls his headbutt, a Glasgow kiss.
Orton's
Some
going to
damn
be
control.
like, I'm not winning this way.
Crossroads.
Yeah, I was going to say, Cody's going to come right up into the.
Say what?
I'll take the Orton win, baby. I'll take the Orton win.
Okay.
Say what?
It wasn't predictable for once.
I will
They
take the
made it
Orton
predictable,
win.
but it wasn't predictable. They made it predictable without being predictable.
Okay. All right.
What?
I'm
I'll
going to go out
take
on
the
a limb.
Orton win.
I'm going to go out on a limb right now. They're going to turn this into a four-way with Cody and Fatu. I'm going to go out on that limb right now.
Either
I
that
hope
or
that limb doesn't
three-way.
break on you.
Hmm?
I hope the limb doesn't break on you.
No, I'm going out on a thick limb.
No. Tree trunk?
Yes,
I'm
a tree
kidding.
trunk that is horizontal or parallel to the
Maybe a
ground.
triple threat, but I don't know about how now. Oh no,
Gotta
maybe
make
they
it a
would.
four-way, baby.
Well, if they don't turn into a four-way or a triple threat, I mean, they would have it would have
Listen,
to be.
Cody could wrestle Jacob at
They
Mania.
could, and you know what? I actually be fine with that.
That's what
But
that's what I would prefer.
all right, well, at least we can say this. Like I said, we were saying earlier, there's still 7 weeks until WrestleMania. You're definitely starting to. We can definitely start to see more of what they're going to go with now, though. Oh, freaking Heyman! Heyman's like the master of the facial cell.
He so is.
He gives
Did I
good
just-
facials.
I was gonna say, did I just say Heyman's the master of the facial?
It's funny kind of seeing Drew like straighten his hair.
What do you mean straighten his hair?
That's not how his hair naturally looks.
Yeah.
His hair has some like natural, like wavy
Wave.
curliness to it. He's straightening his hair.
I mean, Drew may have taken an RKO and a crossroads and everything, but he accomplished what he wanted, which was
I
to
wonder what Randy Orton takes to
to
stay
screw
that fit.
Cody.
I wonder what regimen he's on.
Who?
Randy
H
Orton.
hormone growth, HGH,
Steroids.
probably normal HGH, doctor prescribed.
Because he's as old as us, right? He's in his late 40s.
He's older, I think. I want to say Orton's 48. Let me.
Be around my age then.
Orton is 45.
All right,
Okay.
I'm
A little
He
bit
yeah,
will, he
younger
will
than
be
us.
he will be 46 on April 1st. So he's just a little bit older than he's like less than a year older than me then.
yeah, I'm older than him.
Well, Orton looks somewhat regretful, but hey, it's like you got to do what you got to do.
Dude, every man for himself. Um,
So face has won every single match though, because
yeah,
Orton's a face.
yeah.
It's very uncommon for them to do that.
I thought the women's match, chamber match, was good. No real major issues.
I don't think I think it was a decent show, but it wasn't like spectacular or
Oh,
extraordinary. It's like, and this is kind of the thing with WWE all the time. The shows like are fine, but it's like there's nothing like ever that's all that really stands out that much. You know
no.
what I mean?
I
It's a
stand out. That's all
serviceable
that matters.
PL. It's a serviceable PLE that had good matches throughout.
And it
It
did what it was
serviced
supposed
me
to do,
well.
which was again to get us further along on the road to WrestleMania, which is what it was
Yeah.
doing.
And I don't even know. I'm going to say this. Do we really need the Elimination Chamber to get us further down the road? Do we really need to have this PLE here at this point in time?
Yeah, because you're determining basically who's going to get the title shots for the belts that the Royal Rumble winners don't pick.
Okay.
You know, because we can't ever go back to the days where it's just like wrestler A starts, you know, uh, goes after the guy who's a champion, like attacks him or does something that which makes the champion say, "I'm wrestling you." We can't ever go back to that era apparently. So
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I mean, it was a decent show.
yeah,
It
I
did
mean
what it needed
there
to.
wasn't really anything here that made me go, "Oh my God, this is terrible. I can't believe they're doing this." Other than the Danhausen segment, really. So
Yeah, I mean, it's anymore like you said. These are like the normal out of the big four. These PLEs are, pretty standard. There's usually nothing that's really outstanding or show-stopping in regards to what they do on these PLEs. They're
Yeah.
serviceable. They do what they're supposed to do. They continue stories. Some decent wrestling matches, good wrestling matches, nothing spectacular. That's really about it.
Yeah, and let's be honest. The Big Four, the only thing that makes them special is the theatrics that go on. It's not like the matches are it's not like we get 5-star matches out of them.
No,
The matches are about as good as these PLEs are.
yeah,
Just it's more theatrical stuff with the bigger ones.
and let's face it, WWE is by contractual obligation are not allowed to be rated 5 stars these days.
Yes.
Only AEW matches can get 5 stars
or New Japan.
or more. Oh yeah, or New Japan, of course, or CMLL. I'm sorry, I gotta
Yeah,
throw that
yeah.
under too. But WWE, AAA, TNA, yeah, they're not allowed to get 5 stars.
Nope,
Yeah.
never. Never, never.
A little
Ever,
bit of
ever?
biases there.
That's part of
No.
Meltzer being on AEW's payroll. So
No. You know.
Yeah.
Well then.
It
actually, put it this way: with the way that Meltzer just kisses their ass and everything consistently, and he does, and if you say he doesn't, you're blind. It's like I really hope he's on their payroll because if he's not getting paid to kiss their ass, then that's just sad.
You got that right. That's a lot of free ass kissing.
And if he wants to say that he gets enough off of his subscriptions and everything, then I would say, no, you get too much off your subscriptions, pal.
I
Got that
I
right.
you I would be interested to see what his actual numbers are for his subscriptions. Like, do really that many people believe his word, like, or think he has this great insight?
I mean, I would be kind of curious to see that too, but of course, you never will see that because he won't ever say it publicly, nor does he have to. So,
Oh, good post show. Hey, yeah, sweetheart. He's talking to you.
wait, something's going on.
That kid.
Magnuson, shh.
What is your problem, you son of a bitch?
Whoa, they're pulling all this away from, and Pierce is even pulling all this away from Drew. This is kind of funny, actually. See, I actually really like Aldis and Pierce in their roles. I think they're both really good at it.
I'm going to say this. These are the best two general managers they've had ever on Raw and SmackDown.
I mean, Bischoff was really good at what he did, but it's like
He did. He was, but these two guys are great.
with Aldis and Pierce, it's like because they were both former wrestlers, it's like they could back themselves up if they really needed to. So
Yeah. No, no, absolutely. I think they're fantastic fucking general managers. Absolutely. Well, fans, the
and hey, they
show's
were both
over.
NWA champion.
Yeah, really. The show is over. Now, us three will probably chat afterwards, but anyone who
But you are not welcome to our
we
secrets.
don't have a post show like that. But for everybody who watched, listened, you know, subscribe, leave a comment. It's all good. We love
Yeah.
Yes, we
everything.
appreciate you
Everything.
checking us out. We know you have infinite number of other choices out there.
Indeed. And like how Jeremy says, do I have to do your fucking finisher too tonight, Jeremy? No, buddy, kidding.
Yeah, finish him off.
Finish him off.
I'm losing my mind.
I hope you finished with us and finished him off. Okay.
Yeah, finish him off.
All right.